Kia ora, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Right. I had to deal with a shadow right right before stream. And so I just realized that I never reset my camera up after shadow. So I have no idea if we're in focus, which is fantastic. So let's just do this quickly live because we're a professional streamer and we totally do these things. Kia ora, everybody. I hope you're going well. I can see that we have Sammy and Beatty in YouTube. In Twitch. I know words. I'm doing well today, as you can tell. We're in a state. Oh, I like it there. We're a little overexposed. Can I turn the brightness down ever so slightly? I think I turn that up for the rainy day. There we go. Alright, that'll have to do. And the colouring mermaid and Gianna on YouTube. Hello, hello. Right. That should be better. Yes, Shadow is in a mood today because I had to flea treat him. He was overdue for flea treatment, so I really had to flea treat him. And so he's pissed with me because I flea treated him, but then he also wanted to jump on the desk earlier because he wanted treats because he had been flea treated. And normally I give him treats, but then he also wanted pats, and I can't give him pats because he's covered in flea treatment. So he was very mad at me and sitting on my desk and not letting me do anything on my desk because he's the king of the castle. It's like, we're doing this for your own good, cat. See, in the end, he just walked away. But hello, everybody. I hope you are doing well. I am looking so much forward to finishing this today. We're going to aim to finish this today. We have a lot of little details, so my goal is to at least get one of these characters finished so that those that are following along can follow along and know how we're going to approach the rest of this, because of course today is, like, we're getting on to the end of the month. It's the 29th here in New Zealand. Yeah, the 29th of April. I want this page done. I want this page done for April. I don't want to take this into May. We are so close to being done. So we will kind of be smashing through today. Now I have actually pre-written out and pre-planned my colours. I actually did planning. This never happens with a stream, but I planned colours because I was like, I want to be able to just jump into this, plus then I could flick the colours through to Liz, who's following through live. So if anyone else is following live, these are our colours for today. So I have decided that for our characters, we are going to do all the hair the same colour. We're going to 12 Dancing Princesses this, and have it that they are all siblings. I just think that's cute. Plus, you know, with all the different ages, like, I know, it makes me happy. It reminds me a little bit of Bridgerton as well, with all the different sisters and brothers, and yeah, so we're going to do all the same hair colour. So they're all going to have like a brownish, somewhere in here is my actual like scribbles as well. They're all going to have some like light brownish color, so sandbar brown, light umber, and bronze, which will bring in our bronze from the door that we haven't used anywhere else as well. And then the skin, we're going to use the beiges and a bit of French grey. It's a bit of a greyish skin combo. It's not really a colour I would normally use, but it works with what's already on the page, because again, we're also trying to use colours that we've already used on the page. So the point of this is that we have not introduced a single new colour. Every colour here is a colour that is already on the page. So that will stop them from like standing out too ridiculously much. Like if I did black hair or red hair or even blonde hair and introduce some more yellows or a darker brown, like all of that would introduce new colours and that would make them pop. Now that can be a great thing, and if you want your characters to pop, change up those hair colours. Change up the tones at the frontier, but because I want it harmonious, I'm going to keep all my colors the same. Hello Stardust and Lisbeth and Mandy, kia ora, welcome in. Yeah, Amy, planning? I know, I have a plan. Shock horror. Oh, I'm sorry, Yana. Yana's had a bit of a Neo 2 issue, and I wish I could give more tips on Neo 2, but I literally own 4 Neos. I think I said 2, but I own 4 because I own a black, a dark blue, a purple, and a pink. And it's so I can do a galaxy gradient. And I brought 4 to try them, and I like them. But because I have those 4, and I can only really use them in that way, I don't do a lot because it's only 4 colors. So I wouldn't mind getting more one day to experiment and play with, but they just haven't been high on the priority list. Mana Giggles, hello, welcome in. I'm doing good today, Mandy. I am in a mood to get this finished. That's why we have a plan. We're going to start smashing this out. So as I said, the hair, shades of brown, the skin, we're doing the beiges. It's a little grey, but it will work. And then for our dress, we've got a few greys and the white. And the greys are only to give us shadow and definition. The majority of these dresses are just going to be white, because on top of the dresses we're also going to pull in, you can see here, pink, purple and greens for all the details on the dresses, because I want to do all the embroidery, all the bits florally. If you remember our inspiration image, this is what we're aiming for the dress. So a beautiful white dress with colourful floral details on top, and that is what we're going to aim for all the clothes here. So you can see I have my note about the colours on the side, and then you can see possibly question sparkle pens question because I love my glitter, and so I also think I want to add glitter to all these dresses in the front, which is how my girls or my characters at the front here are going to pop, by adding in the sparkle. So yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards. I do want to introduce a bit of sparkle. Now I would normally use stickles or Mod Podge sparkle, however in the past Prismacolor has had a weird reaction with stickles. If you've ever used Prismacolor and stickles together, especially I think it's Black Grape in particular is one that I know I've had reactions with, and a couple others of the pinks, where I put stickles on top and those purpley pinks gone neon pink, and I don't want to risk that. So we're actually going to pull out the gorgeous sparkle jelly rolls that was so kindly gifted to me, and that's how we're going to introduce sparkles into this page. But that's our end plan. Yes, you can absolutely follow along later, Elizabeth, if you're not feeling it. Please don't push yourself, because when you push yourself, that's when mistakes can happen if you're not in the mood. You know, when we're trying to force ourselves to do something that we're not in the space for. So, you know, if there's something, if you still want to colour but you don't want to colour this, I'm sure there's something easier to colour. If there's, if you don't want to colour, you don't want to colour. Like, it's the mood. Also, Tiffany, hello. Kia ora. Sorry for missing your hi. I am in the middle of discussing everything. I'm also trying to find thin paint brushes and stuff to stick my hair up because I have no hair ties around me. So improvise with some hair brushes to be hair sticks. Get my hair up out of the way. Cool, that'll work. 2 hair brushes. Who needs hair ties when you've got art supplies? They're multi-purpose, right? So yeah, the point today, I'm going to try and at least blast through one of these characters so you can see the full process, and then once one character's done, we'll keep working on the rest. And if I run out of time for streaming, then you can carry on off stream, because a lot of what we're going to be doing now is going to be place at your discretion for like colors and patterns and all that sort of stuff. But I'll get rid of my hair. You don't need my hair. I've also just noticed I missed a little section of wool in between this character's legs, so we'll have to colour that in later on too. That's fine. Just maybe a bit slow on the go. All good, Lisbeth. Well, that's why I also sent you through the list of colours, because then I can just like go for it. But if I go too fast, it's quite alright. Yeah. Yes to sparkle. Yeah, we've got to love our sparkle. I do feel like they need sparkle on their clothes, and because I'm not like pulling them out with like different hair colors and stuff like that, I think the sparkle's really going to make a difference on them. Chai, kia ora, good morning, good morning. All right, we're going to start with Sandbar Brown. So again, we're doing all our characters as the same color here, because I keep on saying 12 Dancing Princesses. I'm thinking specifically Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses. However, in that example, they all have different hair colors. So I don't know why I keep giving that hair color example. And then I use the word of Bridgerton, because it does remind me of Bridgerton. Except in Bridgerton, they also all have different hair colors. So that's also not a good example. So yeah, we're doing all these similar hair colors, but all the examples I can think of aren't similar hair colors, and that's just cracking me up. But that's okay. It does remind me of Bridgerton, because of this one with the long hair is the elder sister. That's season 1. I'm going to miss out on names. And then the one with the bob is that one that Eloise. Yeah, so sorry, the one with the long hair on the left is Daphne, and then the one with the bob, it reminds me of Eloise, and then the one beside Eloise would be Francesca, and then this would be the young two. But I feel like Francesca's the youngest of them, the sisters. So I could be wrong. Just pop me in long enough to say hi before getting on with other business. Definitely feel well rested after going to bed early than usual last night. I was tired, yeah. Really enjoyed my first day though. Another afternoon and evening for me today. Heck yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised. I remember my first week in the lab and I was just dead. It does take a lot out of you when you're learning a new job, because you're actively learning new skills. So if your body needs rest, your body needs rest. And if you just need to be lurkies today, you be lurkies today. I appreciate you being here, Chai, and congrats again on the job, and I hope you continue to absolutely love it. Do you know how to glitter effect when you do not have glitter? There are, I know you can look up like the alcohol marker tutorials and stuff like that are doing the trend for the cozy coloring. Lots of gel pens, again, ... and gel pen. You can make a glittery effect. If I didn't have actual glitter pens, I would probably just use lots of gel pen, and I would use, for example, if the item was purple, I would use a lighter purple and dot that in, and then I would go over top with a white. Yeah. But yeah, I love glitter. I have glitter in every form possible. And I am of the opinion that I need more glitter. So I apologize if you are somebody who doesn't like glitter, but I will probably be adding glitter to mine because I love glitter. And I am very, very grateful that I was very kindly gifted a big selection of jelly rolls, including Jelly Roll Sparkle, because that would have been a real problem. I'm using the light umber now, by the way, because the glitter, like as I said, Stickles, which is usually one of my go-to glitters, and even Mod Podge Extreme Sparkle, they activate with Prismacolor. I don't know what it is about Prismacolor and Stickles, but the two of them can activate, and certain colors will change because of what's in the Stickles formula. So I love Stickles. I love how sparkly it is. I love Mod Podge Sparkle. I don't like using them over Prismacolor. And so having all those Jelly Roll Sparkle pens is going to be fabulous for here, because I can just add in that little bit of sparkle without necessarily having to pull out all my Stickles. Double A! Hello, hello. Welcome in. we are going for it today. So as you can see I'm kind of following the shape of what the hairlines would be. I started with the sandbar brown for our darker brown, and then I've come in with the light umber, and I've left little gaps, but I've basically just worked in lines following the line pattern. And now I'm going to take our bronze and just fill in that final section. And just work that over top. And it gives us sort of like a bit of a hair texture. And don't worry, the bronze in Prismacolor is not actually metallic. It is just a really nice warm brown. But again, we've used this color for the door, so this also ties in our door color. I'm wondering if the paper in Maria Trolle's book isn't water medium friendly, and that's why it was so splotchy, even after going after the areas twice. Quite possible, Yana. I find the few times I have worked in Maria Troyal's book with water medium, it does go splotchy. I really love using like water-based markers and turning those into watercolor, for example. I did it once in that book. That was the first time I ever tried the technique, and it was so splotchy and horrible, and that's when I realized it's paper. It is a really gorgeous paper for pencils. It is a fabulous paper for certain other mediums. I don't feel like it does well with anything water related. It just kind of sucks that paper in, that ink in really quickly. So yeah, paper probably could be one of the issues there, if not the issue. I, again, am not very experienced with Neo 2s. Would love to, just don't own any. Well, own 4. Yeah, I've done Neo 2 work in Kirby's books to do a galaxy, and that worked brilliantly. So it could just entirely be paper. I'm pretty sure when I did the Maria Trolle page, I ended up splattering on top too, because I was using like Inktense and water activated pencils, and I just couldn't get it smooth and well blended, so I just splattered on top to cover that background, and it worked for me. But I like the splattery look, so it works for me in my style of colouring. Okay. So that's how we'll do the hair. Again, I'm just going to blast through getting one of these done entirely, and then we'll carry on. So I have the peach beige here. Just going to give it a little bit of a sharper. Yeah. Paper being the issue would make me feel better about not sending them away. Yeah. Don't just chuck away the medium immediately. Like, do try it in another book with a very different type of paper. Because it could just be as simple as paper. It could just be too much water, too little water. But you will learn a little bit along the way retrying them as well. But yeah, I do know, I can pull out the page I'm thinking of, and I do know that one went real splotchy for me. Yeah. I just got the big set not long ago as it was on sale. Ooh. I had a small set and gave it to a friend of mine. Well, that was very nice of you. So I just did sort of like under the hair and like the side of the arms where it will be a little bit more shadowed. And now I've got beige. I'm just going to work that over everything. And then we have French grey 10%. And this is just a smooth and blend layer. And so yeah, this skin is a little bit more on the grey beigey. It's not like the most accurate skin color, but it works with our colors here without introducing new colors. And again, this is also nighttime, so you know, they just they look a little jaundiced compared to actual skin. But it does the job, and it will tie in when we have everything together. But it's not a colour combination I would genuinely use for skin a lot. And I may come in with some purple to shade, because I do love shading with a little bit of purple on the skin. Same with the hair. We may need to add in another, like maybe the dark, the 70% warm grey that we've used for a few shadows. But we'll get this dress done first. Right. So for our dress, we start with 30% French grey. So this is where we're going to have to sort of imagine the 3D-ness of the dress. So this arm is puffy in front of the back here, and the hair drops down on top, so that can be a shadow area. The back is in front there, and then we have these little slits, so they'd be recessed in. A little bit of shadow on the armbands up here where the hair is hanging over. Under this ribbon. And this ribbon would be causing a big shadow in the middle here, which would also have an overlap from the side bit here. And then each of these would almost be an overlap on its own, but you can go as pedantic as you like. But I'm kind of seeing them as ruffles, so we'll do them having a little bit of a shadow. And then that embroidery sits flat on top, so that feels more like it's just a pattern in the dress. Alright, so from the 30% we then go to putty beige, and we're going to work over those shadows again and just slightly extend out. We're really trying not to go too far with the shadows, because again, this is not a grey dress, this is a white dress, but we do need shadows to indicate. And again, if I was being technical, grey is not the shadow colour of white. The white would actually be reflecting purple, reflecting all these colours around. But we're not doing realistic shading here. We are keeping it a little bit more on the simpler side. Now I'm going to take some of this putty beige and start bringing it up from the bottom as well, because it's less light as we head towards the bottom. Just a general shadow, and I am working this over the flowers, because we're going to pull those out with colour later on. Basically, these little details on the dress, rather than trying to work around them, I'm just shading over them. I'm not shading over the ribbon just because it's easy to avoid the ribbon. But in the case of the flowers, it's going to be a lot to avoid around the flowers, so I'm being lazy. You can be pedantic if you want. Again, I'm going for ease. Alright, extend out our ruffles. Winter! Hello, hello! Do you ever use Crayola crayons in colouring? I don't have any Crayola crayons. I would like to. I think it would be a really fun challenge, Tiffany, to use Crayola crayons. I have seen amazing things done with Crayola crayons, so I am down for it. I love using Crayola Super Tips. Love Crayola Super Tips. Maybe tomorrow I'll watch some videos on Neo too. It's a good idea, Yana. Again, there's probably some people out there with a lot of experience and a wealth of information. If I had more experience with Neo 2s, I would share what I could. I only have the 4 colours, and I've only done a galaxy with them. But I can see them being a useful background tool. I hope you do find the answers, and it is just simply paper. So we're using the warm grey 10%, and again extending out our areas, our shadows here. Now I am trying to be really pedantic about how I fade out this warm grey, because the warm grey to white blend is going to be like, next we use white, so this needs to be faded out. so that it blends into our white. How are you going, Winter? I hope you're doing well today. We are speeding through an example of how I plan to colour these dresses of these girls, or these characters. I keep saying girls, but they may not all be girls. These characters at the front. So I'm just sort of speeding through how I do it, so that if we get to the end of stream and haven't quite finished, at least everyone knows how I'm planning to colour it, and then I can finish it off stream. I do think we could finish this today, but it will be all the little details, like the adding. It's going to be choosing all the colours for all the little details that really slows us down, like the actual base of the dress and all that. Easy. Yeah. It'll be all the little bits and pieces that we do that adds it in. So yeah, then we just use white, and this just goes over everything. And yep, again, I'm shading over the flowers on the dress here, even though I'm planning on going over it, because it's just easier. The big ribbon is easy to avoid. That's the only reason I haven't coloured over that too. Then we've got our little ruffly section. And yeah, so we're doing entirely white for all our dresses. And then we'll just do some coloured embroidery on top. Pull out sparkle pens, all that sort of fun jazz. Clothing is something I'm not great at. Clothing is difficult because it's often not drawn. It's often not drawn in with enough detail to sort of represent the 3D-ness of it. It's often simplified, and it is hard to imagine because it's not like it's a smooth shape. It is a textured shape, and it's so much of clothing is variant on what is the fabric made out of, what is the color surrounding the fabric, how is the light reflecting it, what is the person, what is their position, you know. A simple thing like, are they sweaty and the clothes are clingy, or are they cold and they've bulked out their frame with extra layers? And what is under the clothing, what is on top of the clothing, is the clothing wet or dry? So much of it affects how clothing works. So clothing's a very big topic, and it takes a lot to get it realistic. My high school project, because we had to do these big massive boards in the final year of high school. It was like multiple A1 paintings and really big thing, and so I was in stage production, and so I started off, because you started off and you just keep developing and developing the pictures. I started off by looking at the stage, and then I put certain costumes on the stage. So I had all these studies of like the hard angles of the set with the soft layers of all the different clothes and how they interacted, and it was like this hard and soft. And then I could turn on the stage lights and play with lighting too. So it was really fun. It was this interesting composition of hard, soft, light, dark. And yeah, I spent about 6 months just sketching and painting clothing on the stage. So I spent a lot of time, and some of those outfits, some of those costumes were very interesting fabrics. And I'm still not great at fabrics, but it was an interesting study in high school for it. Nessa, hello, hello. I don't know if I said hello to you, but welcome in. Kia ora. Alright. So, then... So, normally, if this was me not colouring to record and make sure that there's, like, the process out there, I would go ahead, I would do all the hair at once, I do all the skin at once, I do all the dresses at once, because then you're not changing and bouncing around pencils. And then I could make sure that my colours were balanced as I went across. But we're going to jump ahead here, because I want to show how we'll do things. So I've got the flowers combo that we used earlier, and we're going to keep using this combo. So I'm going to take my favorite pomegranate and processed red, because I love this pink. This is the same pink combo that we've used for these flowers here. Actually, that's a good point. We've used them for those flowers there. Maybe we won't use this combo. Let's do pink and deco pink. Let's do our light pink combo. Cassie! Hello, hello. Welcome in. How are you going today, huh? I hope well. So I think we'll use that same pink, like she's got a matching hair accessory to her dress down here. So because we've got the white in place, it can make it a bit harder to sort of blend out these details, which is where you may want to be a bit more pedantic. But also this is embroidery on a dress, so you know, it doesn't have to be as smooth colouring. It will still be smooth enough because of the prismas and the natures of the prisma that we can layer on top. And it may just slightly pastelize it, which I think actually looks quite cute. Cassie, hello. I'm hiding out the back of work. Valid. Valid. I would be hiding out the back of work too. May you hide there and find all the rejuvenation that you need. I'm sorry that you have to be at work as well. No, my pencil just broke. Ooh, good question, Nessa. It's part of what we enjoy colouring is to learn. I reckon if we did it all perfect, we'd maybe get bored. I reckon so. One of the things that I say is all colouring is valid. Colouring may not go to plan, but all colouring is valid, because even if it doesn't go to plan, you've learnt something along the way. And I think the learning is the fun part. At least I know for me, I love experimenting with new techniques, new ideas. And again, sometimes these things don't go to plan, but that experiment is really fun. And sometimes things turn out even better than we planned, and then what do you know? It's a whole new range of things. Like with dark fairy tales that came in this month, it's not a new technique for me, but I did decide on an impulse, hey, I'm going to colour in dark fairy tales with water-based markers. I haven't done it in a while. I just felt like doing that, so I did. And that spurred on a whole new love of how they work in that book with that illustration style, and then suddenly I've done 14 pages in dark fairy tales. Because I'm willing to do that experiment. And that experiment helps you learn. Yeah, love experimenting and definitely agree. Definitely agree. In my mind, I'm at home colouring. Oh, Cassie. In my mind, you're at home colouring too. Hopefully, it's a quick day. One of those days where it goes by quickly, but not because it's busy and you're exhausted, just quickly because there's a lot to do, but not a lot to exhaust you. And that it's an enjoyable day. I've learned so much from colouring. Me too, Winter. It's amazing just what you can learn, not just from the colouring itself, but from the people in the community, from the books, the topics. Like, I've learned so many more myths. And I was a bit of I loved myths and legends. Learned so much more. I think my Deco Pink may be shattered in its core because it keeps breaking. Who knows? Yeah. Sitting in the corner and raising my hand to it doesn't always go the way we thought it would. Yeah. And that's the case, Yana, for all of us. There are times where it just won't work out to plan. And that's okay. It's odd that sometimes I feel like when I failed using a supply, I just wasn't ready for it yet. Later on I try it, and magic it suits. It's extraordinary. That is very true as well. Like, even the colouring, I look back on colouring that I was proud of 2, 3, 4 years ago, and I'm like, oh, I've changed so much since then. Because we develop our skills, we learn, we grow, and it's beautiful. It's amazing to see how we progress. So, you know, sometimes, like watercolour, I used to think, oh gosh, no, never ever watercolour, never ever. And then I experimented with acrylic inks, and I was like, actually, water mediums are fun. And then I started experimenting with watercolours, and now I'm starting to experiment with gouache. And like, I already know my first gouache page isn't perfect, but I learned so much along the way, and I'm very pleased with what I did learn from it. That it's like, cool. And I know in 6 months to a year, it'll be a whole new page, a whole new skill level. Did it look exactly like I was envisioning and exactly perfect? No, but I learned a lot along the way, and I'm happy with what I learned. It's going to be a good day. We are manifesting. Heck yeah, I love that. I am very much someone who believes that you get out what you put into the world. And that is also what you verbally put out. It's, you know, like saying today's going to be a good day, saying it out loud. I do believe kind of like you're putting out into the world it's going to be a good day, and I feel like you do have a good day from it. Now, that's just something that I've found, which is why, like, a couple of streams ago when I was saying, like, I was feeling really run down and I had a runny nose, and I was like, nope, not getting sick, not getting sick, not getting sick. And I didn't get sick. Now, that's probably not the only thing that caused it, but, you know, I do believe that putting out there, being like, nah, I'm not going to get sick, does help you not get sick sometimes. Whereas if I had sat there and gone, oh, I'm getting sick, then I probably would have felt real sick. Yeah. If Inktense is struggling even after watching people use it, and I firmly believed it's a brilliant idea for a pencil, then one time someone used a small makeup brush to activate it. It was the info I needed. There you go. So it wasn't that the material didn't work for you, it wasn't that it wasn't the right medium, it was just the tool that was being used wasn't the right tool for you. And that's perfect. I love Inktense. I tried to do some more on my Acrylic page that's being done or being based in Inktense, and I managed to ink like 2 flowers, and he was like, nah, I'm done. I just have not been in an Inktense mood this month. So I hope I find those spoons soon, because I want to finish that page. But I get the feeling we ain't going to be finishing that this month. I want to finish this one. I want to finish my Lord of the Rings water-based marker page. And then I only have 2 whips, one of which is a buddy that we've decided is going to roll over. And the Nickel Treehouse page. And like, tomorrow's the 30th, so technically I've also got tomorrow. But we'll see. If I had bothered to look in the back of Sargent, I have a big X over Neo's. Oh, however, oil pastels have a big OK check mark. Well, there we go. Many people aren't happy using the Chromaflow pencils, but decided to try a small set. It helped. It was on extreme discount because of the packaging damage. Now it's my favorite. Ooh. I wouldn't say everyone loves them. Right supplies fit the person. Exactly. And it's very much a good thing to think about too, is that not every supply will suit every person and their colouring style, because there are so many variations in colouring style too. I love polychromos. I love the way they layer. I love the way you richly build up colour. I love the fact that I can tint and I can layer so many layers. That doesn't suit everybody's colouring style. It doesn't suit my colouring style 90% of the time when my hands aren't great. You know, Prismas are soft and smushy and vibrant, and I really like them, but I know people who find them too soft, who don't like how smushy they are, and that's valid too. I really like Pablos. I really want to expand out my Pablo collection. I got gifted a set of 30, and honestly, I've used them so much that, like, I'm almost at a point I need to replace a couple of Pablo colours, because I like the Pablos in that they're almost like a halfway pencil between the smushiness of Prismas, because you can blend those colours together, but they're firmer like a poly. They haven't really got the smushy of Prisma, but they have got that sort of creaminess. So, but they still hold their tip, and you can blend like a poly. But yeah, until you try these things, you just don't know. I love Chromaflow, and also Pro Color for here is amazing with tons of layers in Prisma. You dream of the Polychromos set? Yeah, I'm lucky enough that I have the Polychromos set because I built it up for years, so I have the full set. But yeah, I wouldn't mind trying like some of these other pencils, but again, I don't see the point in buying a set of pencils if I can't buy them individually. I did buy Coloursoft. I did buy a Coloursoft because I found it locally, and I was like, okay, I'll see how this pencil feels laying down. And it's like, it feels a bit dry. It feels a bit like chalk pastel, but not chalk pastel. But I would be curious to get another one and see how they blend in together. I thought I grabbed the white. That's usually what I grab to test, is it just a white. But yeah, I might grab another one day and see how they blend together, and then go from there. Now, I'm not procrastinating for the sake of procrastinating. I'm just trying to figure out what color to do. I want to do a purple for her belt, but I don't want to do the purple ribbon combo. And so I'm actually thinking if we grab lavender and black cherry, which I know earlier I used the greyed lavender, but I actually think this warmer purple is going to be a prettier combo. Yeah, let's do that. So, black cherry. Hey, Sammy. Good to see you, hun. So many friends here today. Appreciate you all. Chromaflow to me is like a Prisma that can sharpen to a better point. Oh, that's good to know. Just don't be aggressive with the sharpness with them. Yep. I had a horrible Monday, but the good news is it can only go up from here. Also indulged in some speed shopping gifting, which is a bad habit, but I need it. The emotional shop is fully and well and truly understood here. Nothing quite like that serotonin boost. Yeah. What greens did you use on the leaves? The same green that I've used in a few places. The dark green, Prussian green, apple green. The warm green combo. We may also pull in the violet green combo, the cooler green combo as well to other areas. But I use the warm green in here. It's just going to be a judge as we go along. You can't really go wrong with the embroidery on the dresses. Like, it's a white dress and then just any of the pink purple combos that we've used. Like I said, I'm going to try and get one finished so that at least if by chance we don't get it all finished on stream today, you know what we're doing, but we will try it. We will be aiming to get all of them done today. But we are nearly an hour in, and we've just about finished one. I've still got all the Posca work to go and the glitter pens, so yeah. So I've used dark cherry and lavender here. Now keep in mind, lavender is the old name. You may have, I think it's amethyst as the replacement for lavender. So you may have to pull out amethyst if you don't have the lavender colour. That's all good, Cassie. You enjoy your work. If it makes the day better, even better. I'm glad you're all happy to be here. I'm happy you're here too. And hopefully we can make everything a bit more of a bubbly, glittery day. I had the catch-22 where I was so exhausted I went to bed last night that I slept like a log because I was in pure exhaustion mode. So I slept solid. And I woke up and I was like, damn, I have slept. But then I also didn't move, so it took an extra minute to unlock myself this morning, and I really had to go to the bathroom. So it was a bit of a speed unlock, but we survived. It's good. And yeah, now we're feeling fantastic because I'm stretched out and I had a really good sleep. And my teeth have settled down a bit too, so it's all going good here. We're doing really good. I have to remember to book a doctor's appointment soon, so I've got to do a checkup. But other than that, looking great. Yeah. Oh no. Oh, double A. Yeah. Oh, I used to live in this building, in an apartment building, but there was only me and 2 other apartments in there, and the rest were offices. So, it wasn't, like, it was really quiet at night. It was great in terms of, I'm going to use just a little bit of white just to lighten these edges and make more of a pastel lavender. But yeah, it was great at night because it was really quiet in this apartment building. And then as there used to be a yoga studio in there, and they would light incense, and they were on the same floor as me, so absolutely did not enjoy the smell of it, because they would light it in the studio for a while and then they'd move it out into the hallway, and so it would come right down into my apartment, and I was like, ugh. Like, I don't mind a little bit of incense, but this was nasty stuff, so I was just like, nah, not a fan of that. Luckily someone else complained, so I didn't have to be that person. But then they got in trouble because they left it in the yoga studio, but then at 5:30 in the morning our fire alarms kept going off, and it kept on going off as if it was the yoga studio, and I am limited mobility, so me, like, when they did a fire alarm drill, which they would do usually at about 9 a.m. because of all the officers in there, they needed to do the drills with all the officers in, so going off at 5:30 in the morning is already a thing. But also, because I'm limited mobility, it's a real challenge for me to mobilize out of the building, especially being locked up. I had crutches because you couldn't use the elevator in a fire. You should not use an elevator in a fire. But yeah, it was always a mission. And yeah, so they ended up getting us, like, they ended up moving studio place anyway, so that took care of it. But then the alarm kept on going off at 5:30 in the morning, and we were like, why is this alarm keep going off? And it kept on going off on the top floor apartment, which was actually the property manager's apartment. And he was like, why does my alarm keep going off? And then they found out that there was a fire alarm in a closet that was full of dust. And that's why the alarm kept on going off at 5:30 in the morning. We're just like, it was always bang on 5:30 as well. It was just like, oh. Yeah. I would have blown it out. Always free reign. Yeah. It's okay. I was just too polite to do it. But yeah, I don't mind a little bit of incense. Like, incense can be really nice smelling, but it just got very overwhelming very quickly. And that was where I was like, ugh. Okay. Sometimes bugs can set off alarms too. Yeah. I mean, I set off the fire alarms once by accident because I burned microwave popcorn and I felt so bad. But I know it got set off once by, this is before the property manager moved in, the other tenants who are on the top floor. They were cooking some venison and they had like a peppercorn crust on it, like some sort of fancy smancy venison. And the crust cooking set off all the fire alarms. And they're like, it's fine, it's us, it's not a fire, but the fire brigade still had to come down and all these things. One time it was just me and the other tenant in the building. This was at about 10 p.m. on a Saturday. And the landlord, the property managers had gone away for the weekend. And it was 10 p.m. on a Friday night and the fire alarm went off. And so me and this other tenant, we were slowly evacuating out because we had a thing in place where this tenant would also look at my door. If my door was open, I was evacuated. If my door was closed, they knew that they needed to send someone to check up on me because I was still trying to evacuate out. So I'd bumped into them on my way down, and so we're evacuating out together. And as we evacuate out, we check the box at the front door, which tells us where the fire is in the building. And it was at the front door, right where we were. And we're like, well, it's clearly not on fire here. And so we were trying to contact the property manager because it was clearly a fault in the system because we were standing where the fire was supposed to be. We couldn't get hold of anyone, so in the end we had to ring the fire brigade and we're like, look, it's very clearly not on fire. We're standing exactly where the fire's meant to be. We wouldn't have been able to evacuate if it was on fire. We don't smell smoke. The sensor is not going off anywhere else. And then we turn around and we're like, and we've just noticed that there's a fire alarm at the front door and it's 10 p.m. on a Friday and we live in the centre of town. And so we think someone's pulled this as a joke, but we need somebody to come and shut off the fire alarm and do a sweep for safety. They're like, yeah, you're probably fine, but we'll do the safety sweep. So they sent 2 trucks down because they have to for the building, even though we're the only 2 tenants there. And so we're just standing around and like, yep, fire alarm's going off. They come down, they sweep the whole thing, and they're like, yeah, no, the fire alarm's been pulled at the front door. Because somebody forgot to lock the public-facing front doors on a Friday night. Memories. It was a cute little apartment, and it was good while I lived there. But it didn't work out long term, and I am glad to be out of there because as much as I love it, it did have some little issues that didn't make it great to live in. So I'm just using light pink paint pen, just removing some lines. You know me, I don't like lines on my lighter areas, so I'm just going to remove some lines, make it a little bit more lineless. What a lovely little lady on the page. Thank you. I think this one is very, very sweet. I think they're all sweet, the little characters. I have a bright green. So yeah, my nibbling's actually meant to be coming around today. And because I'm streaming, obviously, it is Mum that is on nibbling duty. Okay. So I don't have a purple that is anywhere near that purple. So we can't exactly paint pen away the edge of the ribbon, and I'm going to have to live with that. And then I've got the white, and I'm just going to remove the edges up here. Again, this is entirely optional. This is just stuff that I like to do because I don't like dark edges on what is meant to be my lights. Use that to also clean up this edge a little bit where some of the pencil's gone over. Make a nice crisp edge. Same with over here. Now, I would do the same thing to highlight the hair, but I don't really have a highlighter for that. I do have a beige that may work on the skin. Oh yeah, that's not a bad mix blend for the skin. Cool. Took my first aid course today, CPR and whatnot. Well done, Winter. CPR is a fantastic skill to be learning. And first aid. I hope you enjoyed it. I've done both first aid and we have this mental health first aid one as well, of like responding in a crisis for mental health purposes too. And that was a real fascinating one. So I am going to take the 70% warm grey, and I am just going to work a little bit of this into the hair, just because our hair just needs some darker shadows. Just to sort of up that contrast a little bit in the hair. It's not a huge amount, but just in a couple of areas where I want the hair darker. So under the flower, under the little part that's been pulled back, and then towards the bottom where that little twist is, just creating that little bit more dimension. And then with a really sharp one, you may even want to get out a fine liner. She has little eyelashes that are, so I'm just going to darken those a bit, just a little bit, just subtly. Don't want a huge amount, but I do want to make clear that they're there. Alright. Clean up those lines. And where's my 30%? If you find that you're not happy with the shadows on the white and you want to deepen up the shadows of the white, grab the next darkest, which is 50%. And just use that to do some extreme shadows. But there's our little girl there. And then last thing we need, I gotta go be productive now, have fun colouring. If I can come back, I will. I would love that, Cassie, but also you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'm sure we'll chat later. Yeah. That is, I can't believe that can be a thing. Yeah. So let's pull out, I'm just looking at the Stardust sample cards. I love these are so pretty. So we're going to pull out the pink star, the really light pink. Of course, have the clear Stardust. I actually use that clear Stardust a lot. I used that last night too. Let's just pull out a bunch of them. Let's pull out that lime, because we could actually do that on the sparkles. Alright, so the lime will go great for the green, and then if we have the pink, 720, and then do I have something for the ribbon? Do we do the ribbon as well? Let's start with those two, and then we can always add in more, but let's start with these two. Oh, I didn't even check that I did actually have Lime Star. I do. So yeah, we're probably going to lose a bunch of the shading doing this as well. So maybe the Posca work is a bit irrelevant, but meh. Oh yeah, definitely needed to glitter this. It's making my sparkly little heart happy. And then our pink for our flower. Now, I think our only purple is a very violet purple for the sparkle. It is. We do have a darker pink in the Rose Star. We might have to use the clear on the purple if we're going to glitter the ribbon as well. Glitter. Glitter. I want it more sparkly, but it is pretty good for a trustworthy way to glitter it without potentially activating everything. Alright, 700. Then I also have silver, 744, and the silver is what I'm gonna use on these lines here. Like it's some sparkly thread woven into the white dress. So again, this is all optional, and this is where you can absolutely go fun and just be like individualistic with however you approach this. You can change up the colors, you can change up the designs, you could go completely different for these characters in the front and it would give a whole different vibe to the page. This is a really great place if you want to, like, we have this beautiful cohesive background and then you can make these front people pop by just introducing, like, doing all of these characters in blues and oranges and blacks. They would stand out so much. You've got the perfect background for like a neutral background, so you can just go to town. And so I'm probably going to go to town a bit with the glitter because it's me and glitter. This is the Clear Star. Since we don't have quite the right purple, we'll use the Clear Star and we'll do a glittery ribbon as well. Glitter, 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 glitter. And of course, if you don't like glitter, you don't have to do glitter here. If you'd rather use metallic gel pens, you could totally use metallic gel pens. You could use no gel pens. Or if you want the unhinged sparkle of Stickles and you want to risk the colour changingness, go for it. It's just because I don't want to risk my purples going neon pink. I'm going to put a little bit in here too. Because why not? More sparkle. Oh, the sparkle. Oh, the sparkle. And that's our first character. And so... Oh, we're going to dump you all back in there for the moment. Move you over to there. Move you there. There. So you can see a little bit of the shiny reflect. That's not as intense as some of the glitters I like to use, but it does guarantee that our glitter is not going to be an issue. It's got more of a sparkle in real life, of course. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. And you can see how she ties in, but she's still going to pop a bit, especially because we did all the white, and every other light color that we did on here is a yellowy, creamy, warm color. And in here we have pure white. So this is how the characters are also going to pop a bit. Yeah, I'm very pleased with it. So let's start carrying on. Move on to our next character and see how many of these we can smash out. Colouring is all about exploring, to be honest. It absolutely is. Ren, and welcome in. Glitter or metal or anything else. You are all good, Winter. You are all good. It didn't bring down the mood. I just genuinely don't know how to comment on it. It's just not a thing here. Like, it blows my mind that it's even a thing. Yeah. But, I mean, a lot of things blow my mind because, like, things aren't things here. I don't even have words for it, you know? I'm also in go, 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 go mode today because I want this done today. I want this done. So, it's like, let's get this done. Now, this little character here, we do have a little bit of paint pen that's spilled, so just got to be conscious of our little drop of purple, but I can work that in. And if worse comes to worse, I'll just draw some pom-poms on the bottom of the headband. It's like the end of the month. I want to get this page done for the end of the month, so I am very go, go, go. And I'm going to try and get done as much as I can on stream, but also I am very realistic to the fact that we may not finish this on stream today. But I'm going to try my best. And then, or try and get it to a point where, like, carry on with it outside of stream will be fine. And if I finish this is actually the second Eriy that I've done this month, because the Rose Cottage one was also done this month, if you can imagine. Like, it feels like such a long time ago that we did the English Rose Tea Garden page. But no, that was also this month. That was the start of the month. We started with Eriy and we're ending with Eriy. So yeah, the plan is to try and finish this one today. There's one more I'd like to finish tonight, and then if I get those finished tomorrow, I can film completed pages. It's going to take a while to film completed pages and edit it, so yeah. And even if I don't film it tomorrow, oh, then we'll try and get some more done. Yeah. Rosalind, hello. Teeth are definitely feeling a bit better. They're still a little angry, but they're not pulsating and causing me to have to curl up. So yeah, definitely a lot better with the teeth today. Trying out a few different color combos for the next month. Yeah, I'm so excited for Mermaid. I'm so ready for Mermaid. Every time I was looking at pictures last night because I wanted to colour something. I actually went and watched The Crown. I've seen all of The Crown, but I went and watched The Crown with my mum because she hasn't seen like the final season, so she's been rewatching The Crown. So I went and sat with mum last night and watched it with her. She's up to season 5, and so I wanted to take some colouring with me to go and sit on the couch while I watched with her, because again, I've seen it, so I don't need to give it my full attention, but it was nice to go and sit with mum and watch The Crown. And so I was looking through a bunch of different things, and every page that I was drawn to was, it's a water page, it's a water page, it's a water page. It's like, I'm so ready for Mermaid. Dragon Spell, Mythographic Dragon Spell finally turned up. The pre-order actually worked, just turned up nearly 3 weeks past when it was meant to turn up. But yeah, the pre-order turned up. So that arrived in yesterday, and I was looking at all these different pages in the Mythographic, and I was like, oh, I love that one. I love that one. A bunch of them are water related. And I was like, oh, they could all be Mermaid. And he was like, well, I could start one. It could carry on to Mermaid. And I was like, but. And then I remembered I had a Mythographic whip. And so I actually pulled that one out, and I finished that one off. So that was really nice to finish off that friend. So yeah, if I can't, once these are all done, I think I might start a page in there. I doubt I'll get it finished before the month, but yeah, just love Mermaid. Yeah. Love Mermaid so much. I am a mermaid at heart, so I'm so excited for Mermaid. It's doing Mythographic May instead of Mermaid next month. That's smart. I know there are a lot of people who aren't into Mermaid. Again, I do Mermaid, but I don't just do mermaids. I do water friends. So if it relates to water, it can go in May. But I am a water baby, so I love water. And so I am very excited for it. But if you're not into mermaid or colouring mermaids, that's valid. If you don't like colouring water, it's so valid. You know? I also thought Mythic May would be a really good one. If you wanted a different theme for May, you could do like mythical creatures, and then it still kind of works for Mermaid, but it could also work for other creatures. But yeah, I think I've so far got about 58 pages pulled. I've got a lot of stuff pulled. I'm sitting down today to figure out what I'm going to focus on next month. Won't be much as it's a busy month for me. That's valid. Again, the numbers don't matter as long as you enjoy the process. If you only do one in a month, if you do none, if you do 500, like, as long as you're enjoying the process and you're coloring for yourself, that is the main thing. It is not about the numbers. I do have, like, I track and I look at the numbers because I have my YouTube and I do have that little element, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. If I have a month where I don't color a thing, I have a month where I don't color a thing, and I just don't put up a YouTube video. It's not like it's my career. It's not like I'm earning from it. I don't care. I color for me, and I have the YouTube as a side hobby because I enjoy sharing the love of coloring. But at the end of the day, the coloring is for me, and it's what I enjoy. Like, if I had ended up changing this month and not feeling mentally very strong and needing to step away from social media and live streaming for a bit, this page wouldn't have been carried on as a color along if I wanted to color it, but I had to step away. because coloring first and foremost is for me. So if I want to color a page and it was a stream page and then I need to not make it a stream page, I'm going to do that because it's, you know, it's my coloring, so it's for me first and foremost. But I do love sharing it. I really enjoyed doing this as a color along. Yeah. We love your side hobby. I love that you love my side hobby. It's like, it genuinely is. It is the side hobby of the hobby, though. I enjoy it when I enjoy it, and then I don't when I don't. Which is why quite often there are months where the only thing I put up is completed pages. Because it's like, man, that's all I can be bothered to do. I like filming completed pages. I definitely don't enjoy sitting down to do like a straightforward tutorial, a recorded tutorial. I'd rather do a live. So, lives are fun. I like hanging and chatting with y'all. Okay. Yeah, see, they're feeling very sibling-like now because they've all got the same hair color, but I actually really like that. Right, so I should technically, I can't remember what the number is, but 70% warm grey is also in the hair. So just added that to the list, just in case. Right. Peach beige. Actually, you're going to be wearing gloves? Nah, your dress has got too fancy of a thing there, and I don't feel like you're a glove dress. You're going to be most improper. And then there's a little bit there, but there's not a lot of the skin tone. Oh. And then, are you going to have exposed legs or are you wearing tights? No, I like the idea of you wearing tights. I want to keep that consistent. Alright. White. Where's my 30%? Then we start working in our shadows. So, onto the arm. Around the collar. There's some interesting embroidery on the collar. Then we've got a little crease in the back here. And then the hand would also be causing a shadow, and this arm would basically all be in shadow. A little bit from the collar up here and here. We have another sash. Pants. Under the pants for the socks, which are basically all in shadow. A little bit of folds. And then the two dresses causing shadows and that there. And then white sash or a different coloured sash. Having said you don't like tutorial filming, if during Mermaid there's a chance for you to show how to colour iridescent crystals, I would love it. I have plans for my Crystal Kingdom or a video share. Chat is welcome to chime in. Ooh. I am sure I have seen iridescent crystals out there, but I'm drawing a blank on any specific YouTuber at the moment that has done that. I don't think I have any crystals pulled at the moment, but I'll keep it in mind, AA. If I do, to try and do some iridescent ones. It's been a long time, but yeah. It's a lot to do with color reflex. It's color reflex and light. They are beautiful though. But yeah, I'll keep it in mind. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have anything crystally pulled. That being said, I was watching Colouring Bumblebee's plans this morning for May, and Colouring Bumblebee is also pulling a bunch of mythographic books. It made me want to pull some of the mythographic books. I was like, I don't need to pull any more books. But yes. Did make me realise I haven't actually pulled any mythographics. Or yeah, I don't think I've pulled any mythographics for next month. I mean, technically I have, because I've got the dragon spell that just arrived. And so it's a new book, and I'd like to get one done in there. But yeah, there's technically no other mythographics pulled, so could have another look through and see if I could see anything in there. Yeah. I assume there could be sparkles under the sea. Yeah. Now, I'm sure there'll be... I guarantee that there's some sort of crystal page. I mean, I have Crystal Kingdom as well. I do also need to share some love in that book. There's some gorgeous pictures in there too. There's so many gorgeous pictures and just not enough time to colour everything. Right. I was thinking maybe that I'd do the feather a colour, but I actually think I'm going to do the feather white. I think the feather would look cute in white as well. So. Pretty. And then we do the putty. We do the 10%. And then we burnish with the white. Shani! Hello, hello. Welcome in. And I colour with clear did iridescent scales, which is probably the same process. Absolutely. Yeah, it would make sense. I'm sure there is someone out there, but the only other one that's coming off the top of my head is Christian. But I don't know if she's done specifically in iridescent crystals or if there's just one of her videos uses iridescent crystals in it. But yeah, off the top of my head, nothing is coming in mind. But yeah. But also, my brain is a bit brainless today. My brain is just like super focused on this. It's like I'm so close to having this page done. I'm trying not to do the like go rush through thing, because it's real easy at the end to just want to rush it and just to get it done. But also I really want to get this page done. It's like I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. But Doesn't mean we're going to rush it. Alright. So much white, but then we'll bring all the colours. Yeah. Yeah, she did the crystals on the Joanna page, kinda. Yeah. The, Worlds Within Worlds one. But how are you going? How's everyone doing, by the way? Have we had some water? Have we had a little self-care stretch? I did see your little message before, the little it's time to stretch, and then I completely got in the zone again and didn't even take a stretch break, which is bad. So we're going to stand up and stretch for 2 seconds. Ooh. Have you had water? Have you had a stretch? Have you had your meds, chat? Let's do a med check. Has everybody had their meds? I actually haven't had my meds today. That is how in the zone I am. I have forgotten to take my meds. They're sitting on my desk, ready for me to take my meds. Alright. Meds taken. Stretch occurred. Back clicked. Back to it. Okay, so I know for her, I know these flowers up here, I want to do purple. Very much inspired by these flowers here. Just, they're going to be purple. So we won't worry about colouring those. And then everything else in here is going to be shades of white. Alright, so we want to start off with our 30%. Dust Catcher, kia ora. Ooh, gemstone colouring channel called Modern Colouring by Jennifer Zim. Okay, that is an excellent suggestion. Thank you so much. And kia ora, welcome in. I hope everyone is doing well today. Right, 30%. I'm going to start with our shadows. So we've got our hair and the arm. Creating a little bit of a shadow under here. We'll do this belt thingy, waistband, a little bit of shadow there. Shadow on this side from the puffy arm thingamabob. Good technical terms here. And bring it up from down the bottom here. Same with on this side. Under the puffy arm bits. Puffy arm bits. Appreciate all the shared knowledge. It's a wonderful thing about chat is that you come in with a question, and if one of us can't answer it, somebody else genuinely can. Very much appreciate. Alright, we're definitely going to cause a bit of a shadow in here, like it splits at the back. I think this is more, I feel like these dresses are backwards. I feel like this should be the front, but also that's okay. Alright, this one's going to be quite a bit in shadow because we're going to pretend like it's got lots of folds. And then we're going to, let's do this bit coming out in front a bit, and then we'll do this slightly recessed in, like these some folds in the fabric or something. Do it that way. So yeah, again, we're just going to do our white base, and then we'll bring in our colours on top, and we'll add in our colours just like this one over here, because we want them all to be in bright white dresses with some little colourful floral bits. I think it's going to look really cute. I need something for under here. Do 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 do. Home stretch. So yeah, we have finished our Anzac weekend here in Aotearoa. It was a lovely weekend. It was cool to see all the memorial services and listen to all the speeches and to see the little bit of memorial that happened over at Gallipoli. That always happens at this time too. But now things are back to normal. We're back to the working week, back to the lab, and I'm already counting down until our next holiday, which I think is Matariki. And I'm actually really excited for Matariki because Matariki also takes place on a Friday again. So it's a regular stream day, but I do want to do another special stream for Matariki. So we will be spending the day colouring in Kiwi colouring books, and we'll talk more about the meaning of Matariki, go through some Māori mythology, and I'll be able to share a bit more about my culture. And I might look at going down in advance and getting some video of some of the Matariki festivals. Yeah, it should be really fun. I think that's in May. Could be in June. Could be in July. It changes date every year, so it's hard to predict. It's when Pleiades, I think is the European name. But it's when that cluster rises in the sky for us is representative of Māori New Year. And that's going to be a really fun stream. Yeah. Thanks, Brittany, for clarifying that. Right, Party Beach. And now we expand out our shadows. So what is everyone working on? What are we colouring along to today? And yeah, we were talking about mermaid, so any other exciting plans? If it doesn't have to be mermaid or water related. Again, I colour in Water Friends during the month of May because I like water. But if you're doing mythographic May or you're doing something else entirely, I would love to hear it. Because I like adding more and more things on my to-do list, even though my to-do list is already well past capacity, I will still get swayed. Just started a beautiful seahorse page in Fawn Fragile by Pauline Brune. Ooh. Alright, 10%. This is the one where we really make sure we blend out nicely, so when we add in our white, it's nice and bright. Just finished my Griffin and searching colour combo for next month. Getting excited. Getting your motorized chair out finally. Oh, that's exciting, Stardust. If you're also needing some combos, I know Colours has recently posted on their socials. They do different palettes for Mermaid, and so they've done one for each season this year. So there's some really neat colour combos out there if you need some colour combo ideas. Yeah, I don't have any is it Paul Brune? I don't have any of their books, but I have seen a few flip throughs of them and they're gorgeous. Especially I think it's the animals one. So we're just bringing up our shadow from the bottom just to represent the fact that there's less light at the bottom. So that's just why we're bringing up shadow from the bottom. Because again, we're kind of pretending that it's nighttime, but the gardens are full of light. And so our light would actually be coming from the front. So technically all of this would be in shadow, and there would be sharp outline, highlights, and then there would be color reflection because they're in white, but white is never pure white, and it should be reflecting the purple of all the ribbons. And yeah, again, we're not doing this 100%. Pulley. Okay. Pauli. Puller. It would be our puller, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sleepy. I'm still waiting on Amazon to charge me for my order, by the way. And I'm getting even more nervous. And I hope that order gets charged soon. Because I placed that on the 23rd and it's the 29th today. And this feels like a very long time to wait for Amazon to charge my card. Especially considering the amount of times I tried to add these products to my cart and it said, nope, won't dispatch to your location. And then it glitched and would let it dispatch. And I'm just very, very nervous that it's going to be a case of nope. And I would like that nope to come through. Yeah. I don't know how long I wait before I contact Amazon and go, is this order actually ever going to be shipped out? I don't know. I don't use Amazon enough to know these things. Yay! It's been a while since we've had one of these. Sorry about this. Right, you back? Are you back? Are you back? Are you back? Are you back? Almost. Are you back? Are you back? Are you back? Yay! Alright. And now I have to manually do that, and none of my buttons will work. So, close down the Stream Deck. Exit Stream Deck. And then reopen Stream Deck. Cool. Right, that's all working. Fantastic. And then that should give us... yeah. Sweet. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Guess who's just turned up? Are you forgiven me? Have you forgiven me? Is all forgiven now? You want to be friends again? I still can't touch your neck. Oh, it's such a pathetic meow. Yeah, life's so hard because you got flea treated this morning and I had to keep you in place and lock your neck. Yeah, and then you're feeling all grumpy because I also won't pet you because you've got flea treatment all over your neck. Yeah, I know, it's so hard, isn't it? It's such a hard life for you right now. And given all this medication to make you feel better. A treatment that we only do once a month. Yeah? Alright, come on up. Come on. for all our new friends here that haven't met Shadow before, this is Shadow. And he's in a little bit of a grump with me today because I had to flea treat him. And then now I won't pet him because he's got flea treatment on his neck. But, you know, gotta be flea'd and wormed and all that sort of stuff. And so he'll survive. Yeah. My new kitty, pink eye in both eyes. Oh, poor baby. Yeah, he's just in a grump with me today. You can have a couple more. Still not touching you because flea treatment. Well, way too many. Oh boy. Way too many. But he's already drilled all over them, so I'm not chucking them back in the bag. There you go. Enjoy having like 20 treats instead of 10. Yeah, you can see how sun bleached he is at the moment. So yeah, he's got flea treatment all around here at the moment, so I just can't pet him. Excuse me, I can do that pat. Alright, you got one more. Don't forget your final one. Yeah. Oh, I can't imagine doing that. It's bad enough just doing the neck grab to give him flea treatment. Right, you're not having any more. You already had way too many today. But I gotta suck up to you and make you friends again. What have you got on your face there? What have you got on your nose? I don't want to touch your head. You've got flea treatment. Boop. Boop. Perfection. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Enjoying your morning latte. It's a good choice. It's a good choice. We were working, but now, of course, we've got the king of the castle in place. I told you I can't pet you. You've got flea treatment. We can't do pets. I'm sorry. You can have booty scratches. You can't have any neck pets. No, don't rub your neck on stuff. You're trying to rub off the flea treatment. Alright. But I can't pet you. You've got flea treatment all over you. Oh. Please don't destroy the microphone. Please don't drool all over the microphone. You're going to be trouble today, aren't you? Right, are you going to jump off the deck and give us back the desk? Or you're still playing King of the Castle? We tried to get him off the desk on Sunday and he was just like booping us so badly. He's very much King of the Castle when he's up here. Told you I can't pet you. You've got flea treatment. I'm sorry. I know. I know. It's so rude. Alright. Well. I just stumbled across your channel about 15 minutes ago and I see you have frequent colouring lives. That sounds great to me. Subscribing. Oh, thank you so much, Dustcatcher. Yes, I do try to stream 3 times a week. So I'm based in Aotearoa, New Zealand. So 9 AM Tuesday, Fridays and Sundays, New Zealand time. So for a lot of folks on the other side of the date line, that is Monday, Thursday, Saturday. But yes, we do try to go live 3 times a week, and I tend to go live for quite a while as well. I usually do quite a few hours. We have to deal with this chaos. I can't pick you up, so you have to make the decision to get off the desk, Shadow. Like, you have to jump off the desk here. I cannot pick you up because of all your flea treatment. I might have to put you all on to be right back. I need to take a bathroom break anyway. So I might have to put you all on be right back and then he'll follow me out to the kitchen. And then from there to the bathroom. So that might be how we get him off the desk today. Because otherwise we're going to have another 10 minutes of him sitting on the desk. And I I want to get on with this stuff today. So yeah, I'm going to quickly chuck you on to be right back. Take a very quick bathroom break. Encourage you all to stretch, hydrate, grab a snack, whatever you need to do to self-care for yourself will be on the break screen, and I'll be back very, very soon. Hopefully with one less cat on this desk. Okay, okay, much better. Whew. I ended up having to bribe him off the desk with cream. He's such a little troublemaker. But yeah, I just made a jam and cream croissant and then got him off the desk with that. Right. Snack. Clean the desk of all this cat drool. I saw you go long. It's perfect for me. I live alone. I live in a wheelchair and I love colouring. Yeah. Dust catcher, that is perfect. We have quite a few people in the chronic illness fam in here. I myself actually use a walking frame to mobilise, so going to the bathroom sometimes takes me a couple of minutes to mobilise, but we get there in the end. But yes, welcome back everybody. Thank you for Fiction. Right, how are we in terms of zoom in? And boom, 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 boom. Apologies for all the bounce around. Just re-zooming you all back in. And where did I have the camera? That is a real question. Where was the camera? Because I moved it with shadow. Right, that's sitting about right for me. Cool, that'll work. And then we can zoom in. And we can move around as needed. Perfect. Right, so now we've done our 2 white dresses here. We can get on to decorating. So again, we've got our pinks. Good luck with that, Brittany. Hopefully you can figure it out. Right, I'm going to take the violet and lilac. I'm going to use that for up here, for here, because I want these to be super bright purple. Ah, to print vouchers. Did you know that vouchers aren't really a thing here? Like coupons? It's very, very rare that you get coupons for stuff. So when I was browsing Instagram, an ad popped up for this New Zealand company and they're like, download a voucher here for buy one, get one free. And I was like, whoa, we never get vouchers here. So I did. I had to sign up for an email list, so I sent it to my spam email so I can immediately unsubscribe. But yeah, and then it was like, here's a voucher for you to print off. And I was like, damn, we never get vouchers here. That's so cool. But it's buy one, get one free. And it's like, would I have brought one in the first place? Probably not. And then I went and looked at how much they were. And I was like, yeah, probably still wouldn't buy one at buy one, get one free. Because they're very expensive. So I don't even know if I'll use a voucher. But it was just cool to see vouchers. Yeah, they're not really a thing here. Right, I'm going to use a little bit of lavender and just bring it into these flowers just to warm it up a bit. Again, if you have new Prismas, you may have amethyst in place of lavender. I'm not worrying too much about the detail here because it's so tiny that you really won't see a lot of it. And when we put glitter on top, it's also going to cover a lot of it. Alright, I've got pomegranate and processed red, which is our dark pink combo. And we're going to use that for the belt here. Give this little character a bright pink belt. I'm not going to worry about going over the tassels because I'll do that with glitter pens. I am completely off frame. I am so sorry. It happens more frequently than I'd like when I'm this zoomed in. What are we at? 11. We've still got plenty of time. If I can get these finished. And we only have 2 others. May have to sacrifice a nap before work, but I think we can get this done. We'll see how we go. It's nice to be able to chew again. I'm still eating softer foods, but it's nice to be able to chew again. I'm eating grapes. Do have a little bit of a chew. They're not the softest food, but then I also have croissant, which is very soft. It's not being toasted or anything. It's just soft. And after not being able to eat anything but soup all weekend, it's very nice. I just remembered something else that I need to do today as well. I need to set up my colouring journal for next month. Alright, got a little bit of the Deco Pink. I'm just using this as a bit of a blender. Achoo! Achoo! Oh, excuse me. Oh, the allergies today. Oh, sorry. I usually try to mute when that's happening. Oh, I did not have time. And I slammed my pencil down. I think I've broken my pencil. We are almost at retirement stage for this one too. We've got so many pencils that are like pushing through to go just that little bit further. Because we've already retired 2 pencils that we absolutely had to, but there's our dark green and our cream, and this is our Deco Pink. We've already had to retire 2 whites, a black, and dioxazine purple. The dark purple we used in the sky. Oh! Alright, take off the blanket hoodie until I decide I'm cold again and need to put it back on. Okay. Ugh, much better. Sorry, just blowing my nose. Right, there's our bright pink. Let's do the lavender. Do it in this little border here. Should have made a cup of coffee. That's okay. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Or a cup of tea. I can't wait till it, like, as much as I don't want it to be cold, 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 I am looking forward to it when it's, like, cold enough that I can just drink hot drinks all the time. I do love my hot drinks. And that's the other thing that I was going to do tomorrow, because it's the end of the month, is I usually do a bit of a like supply cleanup at the end of the month, because I have all these things pulled out. Like at the moment I've got all the markers pulled out, I got my Prismas pulled out, I've still got some metallic inks on the ground, paint pens, like ink pencils. I've got all these bits around me, so I do a big cleanup to start the month fresh. So I clear the desk, but I also want to clean the final, like sort out the final section, which is my desk over here, and rearrange it a bit and move across, because I've got some empty space behind my screens. So I want to put some storage there for things that I don't need all the time. And one of the things I want to move over there is my coffee and tea. So they're not on the end of my desk. So I want to move that whole stand over to behind my computer screen. And then it's like easy access. Okay, I have the violet. I have it sharpened quite sharp. If you don't feel confident doing this with pencil, absolutely do it in a gel pen. In all honesty, I may go over this with sparkle gel pen. You can use it to outline. And outline. Okay. So, I need more extenders. I have so many extenders, and yet I still need more extenders. Alright, you can come out. Actually need is somewhere around here. That should be, there it is there. The washi tape that I don't use for decorative because it's got words on it. But it does make a great wrap around pencils. It just helps fill out these extenders a little bit, putting a bit of tape around the bottom of them. So I got dark green. In all honesty, I'm thinking I might just jump straight to the apple green and see if I can blend the two of these together. Skip the brush on. Because it is quite a small area. I might get away with it. And we're going to go over this all. Well, no, I suppose we could go over it with a darker green. I'm pretty sure there's a darker sparkle green as well as the lime. Yeah, there's that green star. Okay, maybe we will do it proper. Alright, we'll start with the dark green regardless. Bring it out a little bit so you can kind of, this dress is a bit bigger. Yeah, it does need a little bit of the Prussian just to help blend the two together. More than halfway there. Believe in you. Thank you, Double A. We are making progress. It's unfortunate that these little touches are the touches that make it take a while. But it's also what makes it. Because otherwise it'd just be plain white dresses and that would be, like, it'd be pretty, but it wouldn't be that exciting, you know? And then I would probably pull out washi tape and cover the dresses in washi tape or different papers because I'd be like, nah, that's boring. Patterns, texture. Your PC is fine, Sammy? Seriously? But the whole thing? Wow. Well, that's not what you want to hear. I mean, at least you don't have to pay for a new motherboard or anything, but still, that's frustrating. I'm on Amazon doing add to the wish list shopping. Oh no, perfection. It's dangerous. Oh, thank you, Stardust. I just realized I have a bunch of messages, sorry. Oh. Alright, just catching up on messages. Stardust, it looks so good. Shopping for art supplies and using them is definitely two different hobbies. For sure, for sure. Okay. Dropping things. Right. I want to use some real dark purple on this one. So Yeah, I'm going to take these little triangles. I've just got violet. Violet, you're turning violet, Violet. Just colour all the little triangles. Millie Pants, hello, hello. This is really coming together. Thank you. It is. I'm very pleased with how it's coming together. We are. So I've done this one, and I don't know how well it's picking up on camera, but there's also a little bit of sparkle. So we're just finishing off these two, and then we've just got the other two, and then we'll be done. Like home stretch here. So I'm trying not to be like go, 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 but also it's a little bit of go, 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 go. Because we are most definitely on the home stretch. Alright, so I've got the, it's just pink. Just pink. There's a triangle I forgot. This is where I keep the violet nearby. So doing a lighter pink. Really love the fact there isn't a bunch of different colour for the dress. It's really cute. Yeah, well, I really did want to keep it consistent. Like, as I said, you could here absolutely use completely different colours for the dresses. You could do each dress an individual colour. You could do all the dresses the same, but do it a completely different colour from the background, and it would really be that pop. However, because their dresses are white, and this is the only area that we've used pure white, apart from the white dots and the flowers, like the footpath is cream, the walls are cream, and light greys, and there's nothing that is white. So the dresses are popping regardless, because they're white against this colourful background. But yeah, I really did not want to introduce any more colours into this piece. And that's why when we were talking about like hair colours and stuff like that, and I know you all were saying, you know, like a deep brown or black or, you know, even red hair, like they would all be beautiful, but it would all be more colours to introduce. And I just really wanted to keep everything the same colours. And it's technically a limited palette. Like there's a lot of colours, but it is a limited palette. Yeah, I just, as soon as I saw this dress on my reference sheet, this is what started it. When I saw this, I knew the vibes. Okay. Actually, I should have done those ones green. I wonder if I can go over it with green. It'll probably work. Might need a little bit of pressure. Take the Prussian. Yeah. Then at the top here. Whoops, wrong one. Because we're getting a little bit more light at the top, we'll do the more appley green. We're going to go over the Prussian with the apple green. Just going to warm it up. And when I put the lime glitter over it, you won't even be able to tell. Cool. Can tomorrow hurry up? I want my book. That's Dragon Spell, isn't it? Perfection. My copy arrived in yesterday. It's so cute. I'm so glad that pre-order did happen. I was really doubting that pre-order would come through, especially with all the trouble that I had with Dark Fairy Tales and the other pre-orders. That being said, I'm very glad it's my last pre-order with this company, because we won't be pre-ordering with them again. Change my mind again. I'm gonna make these little ones purple. It's okay. It's so small, it's not even noticeable. But then we can also use the pink in here. Okay, paint pens and glitter time. So again, optional. I just really hate having dark lines on what is meant to be lightest areas. So that's what I'm doing here, is I'm just removing dark lines where it should be a highlight. And then where these feathers are, I'm going to feather out the ends and take it from that sort of rounded cartoon end and just create little stipples and drag them down. I don't know, it's not going to be all that clear, sorry. Let's go back to normal. Let's bring you in this way and see if we can bring you in this way. No, it's not going to be clear at all. You might just be able to see a little bit of the like the featheriness at the end there, but not really. It's going to be one of those, you have to trust me. Just making our ends a bit more like it's strands of feather that have actually ended instead of just the sweeps. Glitter, 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 glitter. Yeah. We're going to be a glittering. It's also a great way to clean up these edges if the colour's spilled over, because white, goodness knows, I am not exactly the cleanest of colorists. So I love anything that allows me to clean up an edge. No, it shouldn't be highlighted. Get rid of that. You can be highlighted though. I know you're dying white. I just need you to make it for a couple more dresses. I promise I'm going to get another 1M or 1MR white Posca sorted soon. Just need you to hold on just a little bit longer. Beige. I don't think I ever ended up with like a rosy pink, did I? Like, I think this was the closest, and this isn't particularly a good match. It's not bad, it's not great. It'll do. I mean, we're going to be highlighting over this anyway, so... And then, real test, can we get this purple to go? Because I'm pretty sure this purple stopped working. I don't need a huge amount from you, purple. I need some dots. You're just here to add some highlights to these. Oh, you're actually working. Maybe we can get you to highlight on the ribbon. Maybe I can remove the lines on the ribbon. Do I risk? Do I start? You're not quite 100% right, so I am going to have to do some work to match you out. But good to know. Good to know. I did get Happy Mail of Poscas, and they're a different size. They are this one here, which I have been using as well. This has been great for, this is a 1.8 to 2.5 millimeter, and so that's been like all the bigger dots, which is great because practically every single white I had was out. So this has helped. I can also pump this to get extra fluid out to dot this one in and use the finer pin tip with the Posca fluid. So it's also given me that backup if I need it. But I also like to have the finer tip applicators for the finer areas as well. So I like the 0.7 millimeter for the fine details like the outlining, and that is what a 1M or 1MR is. But that size, which is a 5M, is a great. This is perfect for stars. It's perfect for big dots. It's really good. It's just too big, unfortunately, for doing fine little pencil outlines. Alright, we grab 50%. And this is just our, if we need to deepen anything. We don't do a lot of 50%, but we use it just to deepen up some values. So like under the pants and the jacket here, where the shadow would be at its darkest. And I've gone a little too heavy with it there. We'll just blend it out. Same within there, because that's going to be our darkest. Seeing on screen versus real life, it's hard to tell what size it's me. Yeah, absolutely. I thought I brought a variety size pack with those. Oh. Yeah, we didn't put the rest of them because I thought they were all one size. That one's definitely the 1.8 to 2.5. You know, it would be like me to have misread. I'm sure they were all one size. I don't put the steel ones, they should be in there. They're probably somewhere on the floor right now because it's part of my monthly cleanup. I knew they were around here. 1.8 to 2.5, 1.8 to 2.5. No, they're all the same size. But that's okay. Yeah. It's again Stardust. It's the Stardust AA. It is still fantastic because I was out in practically every size of white, and this is still an excellent tip for doing anything bigger, like big stars, big white areas. Like, it's an excellent tip and it still works. It's just when I'm doing the fine outlines, I use specifically the 1M or the 1MR because it's a 0.7 millimeter, so it's a really, really fine line. But there is just like, we're scraping the juice of this one, and then if this one completely runs out, you can pump this, get the fluid out, and then pick it up with this. So it still allows me to work with this until I get another 1M or 1MR. Yeah. I need a cream Posca and a fine white point. May have to go to the art store to see what they have. Yeah, the cream / ivory, really do recommend as well. It's such a good color. If you only get a couple of Poscas, the white, the ivory, yeah, this one here, ivory, such a good color. I use ivory pretty much just as much as I use the white. So good. I also do really like the gold in it. I find the gold really useful because it's a good opaque gold, so it's a good like highlight gold. But that one's just not essential. I wish they came in more colors. That's my thing about Posca. I like Posca. I love the way they lay. You do have to watch the nibs because the nibs can block up. But as long as you shake them properly every time you go to use them, and you keep shaking them. And yeah, 1M or 1MR. The 1MR is like a pin tip, and I can get a finer tip. You can get a finer line with the pin tip, but I find that they block up a little bit more for me. The 1M is the bullet shaped tip, so you can still get a lot of really fine detail with this one. I find this one blocks up less for me, but I've heard for other people this one blocks up more for them. Make sure you give them a good shake. Make sure you keep them on their side. Yeah, they're not perfect, but they are good paint pens. I just mostly like the opaqueness of them, and I like the fact that when I lay them down, because they're so opaque, I can also lift with my finger. I wish they would do more colors, especially with the popularity of paint pens at the moment. Like, Posca would make a killing if they expanded their range out, because I think they do 36 at the moment. Yeah. Right, so all the rest of that we're going over with gel pen anyway, so we won't worry about it, because I did that last time and then the gel pen covered it all up. Or do I? No, I should do it to be consistent, just in case. Just in case. So we've got our apple green, so this is a 1M. Yeah. But it's good to have a bigger size for if you like to add stars and dots, and if you want a big white outline. If you like to do bold highlights, the 1.8 size that you sent me is also really good for like cute and cozy books for doing highlights in them. Everything has a use. Well, I looked at my Posca organizing and guess what is there? Never opened. Oh, goodness. Wow, I'm glad you have, Yana. I'm glad you have. Way too many Poscas and paint pen in general. I'm very picky about what I open because I don't want them drying out. Learned that with my super golden markers. Yeah. Those super golden markers also look absolutely incredible. They're the ones that go like super duper ridiculous shiny, eh? Easy way to cover up that green because I wasn't happy with it. So we'll just make it really, really green now. Alright, where's my light pink? We'll just did a naughty, didn't shake it enough. There we go. Okay, if you don't want to work right now, that's fine. We're going to cover it in glitter anyway. I worry about myself at times. This is one of those times. It's easy enough to forget them. Forget what you have, especially if you end up with a lot. That's the thing. It is real easy to just be like this, and this. And there's nothing wrong with collecting a ton of art supplies, particularly like I know some people who like to collect pencil sets, who like to collect this and that, and they view themselves more as collectors, and that's cool. If that's what brings you joy, collect away. For me, I am the type of person that wants to use all my supplies, so like if I am always wanting to find an excuse to use things. And I have difficulty not opening things up because I want to use everything and play with everything. But it does mean because I want to use everything, I do genuinely forget sometimes certain things. For especially things that are like hidden away. Or things that I don't use all the time. Like we were talking about Neo Color 2s. And I was mentioning about how I legit have 4 Neo Colors. Because I brought 4 to try. And they happen to be 4 to do a gradient with. And they work great. But I can't talk much about them because I haven't used any more than just these 4. But I forget about them because I literally only have the 4 Neo Color 2s. And I'm like, oh yeah. You know. And it's not like I want to do the same sort of gradient Galaxy Sky every single time. I want to do other colors. I want to do other style backgrounds. But it's easy to forget about them because it's the only 4 that I have. Because glitter gel pens are a go-to for me. I often forget my paint pens are a thing till background. Yeah. Alright, how are we looking? 11:30. Don't panic, Amy. Plenty of time. This detail will take as long as it takes. And if we have to finish stream before we finish, we do. But we're also very close to the end, because we've only got the 2 other dresses to go. Now, if by some miracle we finish stream and it's early, well then I'll just set up my colouring journal for next month. But I doubt it. Glitter, glitter, glitter. Glitter, glitter, glitter. This lime is such a pretty colour. I love bright green. Like, if I'm going to colour green, I always want to colour bright green. Like, just give me the brightness. Journal setup time is fun. It is. Hey Beans, hello, hello. You've been lurking, that's all good. And Octavia, hello, hello. Oh my gosh, Beans, I was in Octavia's stream yesterday and I had the perfect reason to use your Beans emote, because Octavia has a kitty called Beans. Like, yes, I can use this full combo. But welcome in, both of you. Kia ora. I hope you are doing well. I like that with the darker green in the center. That's pretty. We are working on the page. It is so close to being done. We're doing dresses. We've still got dresses this side, but we're doing dresses this side. Or clothes, it's not just dresses, because this one I think is meant to be pants, but still cute. Right, so I've got the rosy pink. I also have to be careful not to smudge what I've already done, because I didn't think about my order. Oh, this is actually quite a bit darker. Can I get away with glittering this whole thing? Because it might actually just cover up. But I wanted to put lots of pink glitter on this one, but it's going to cover it up entirely. Yeah. Well, the jelly roll stops working. That answers that one. That's not a good sign. Here we go. Sorry, I will look at chat in a second. Just trying to get this one to roll consistently across. Not operating very consistently, but it actually kind of works because it keeps it a little translucent and then we can see the design through it. Okay, it's literally perfect. It's looking beautiful, thank you. Yeah, Froggy Page. Alright. Purple. Without smashing the other purple, the other colours that are already there, because I've done this in a really dumb way. I shouldn't have started with the green. It's made my life really awkward. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is at the bottom of this hairband, just do a purple line, and that's because I dropped dark purple paint pen right into this one's hair right there. So it just kind of covers up that little bit of that paint pen spill. And then I'm going to take the Silver Stardust and just put that over the socks. And we'll use that for these center of the feathers. And the headband. And let's also do it over the collar. So sparkly. I wish it would pick up the sparkle correctly for you all, because you have to trust me when I tell you it's sparkly. Alright, beak. Do, 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 do. And purple. Oi, oi, oi. Is that Jelly Roll Stardust pen? It is, Octavia. It is a whole bunch of Jelly Roll Stardust. We're using, we've used Clear Star, Green Star, Lime Star, Pink Star, Purple Star, Rose Star, Silver Star so far. Yeah, the subtle glitteriness of it's not really picking up on camera, but in person, she's sparkly. Alright, and I'm just going to dot this into the hairpiece up here. Trying to keep it more where the darker areas are. And then with the Silver Star, we're going to do these little edge pieces here. And we'll do in between the bands. Love those. They're so sparkly. Yeah, I was gifted these and they are brilliant. And they're working fantastic here. This is the clear sparkle, by the way. I'm just putting it on the rest, filling in the purple bits. Because I would normally use stickles for something like this, and it would be gloriously sparkly. But stickles has a tendency to activate with Prismacolor, and so I'd be a little hesitant that if I did that the colors of the Prismacolor will change. And after I've spent so long creating all this, I don't want to then have like my purple's gone neon pink from the stickles, and so safer bet is to use these pens. So while they don't have the absolute ridiculous sparkle of stickles, they do have a bit of sparkle. They are helping bring our page together. Is that a type of pen? No, it is a type of glitter gel glue. It is by Ranger. It is Ranger Stickles. So these little bottles here, I haven't tried the big pots before, but I would like to. But these little bottles here, you can see this is just a small range of their colours. Lots of scrapbooking stores and craft stores stock them. I'm saying 53 colours there. I don't know if there's more now, but there's a lot. And this here, this is like one of the reasons why I like them. These are all clear iridescent glitters. You've got Unicorn, Stardust, Diamond, Icicle. They all have different shifts. I would also put Twinkle in here as well. Twinkle is one of my favorites. It's a clear iridescent, but it's got a pink blue reflect. The Stardust, absolute pure rainbow holographic glitter. Diamond has got like this beautiful yellow orange sort of shift, whereas the Unicorn's got this yellow to green shift, and then Icicle's got this sort of yellow to blue shift. Like, they're all different shifts and they're all clear iridescence. Yeah, these lots and lots of different colors. I have the majority of them because I do really like them and I do use them a lot. It's not going to stick down at all, and that's not the best example to show you. What have I used stickles on recently that I can pull out and show you? God, where's my colouring journal? Everything is chaos in here. Everything is end of the month chaos. It's a Cat's World. Apparently I did it in It's a Cat's World. I'm going to have to find that one. I don't know where that is. I don't think I've done a lot of stickles this month. Fairy Art Grayscale. Oh no, not that one. That one I dabbled it on, so you don't even get the real effect there. Mod Podge Sparkle, 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 Shooting Star, Mushroom Cats. Okay. I was like, I know I have it somewhere. So give me 2 ticks. Oi. So, stickles. I live in constant fear of falling down the stickles rabbit hole. Oh no, Millie, you may want to look away because I have fallen down the stickles rabbit hole, which you can see. They come in these tiny little bottles. Now, because of the size of them, I get really hesitant to use them for backgrounds, which is also why I have Mod Podge Sparkle and Mod Podge Extreme Glitter. Same product, but really good if you want clear iridescent glitter to fill in a big space, and I can show you those ones in a minute too. But yeah, they come in these little bottles. You don't need every color. You don't need every color. If you only want to get one, I suggest starting with like Stardust or Diamond. There's Stardust. This is the one I would recommend, Stardust. It's a rainbow clear holographic. It's a very useful. You don't have to have all the individual colors. I do because I like them. The main reason I like them is when you put these down, they are some of the most glitteriest glitters that I've ever seen. Like the most intensely packed glitters. And you can see here exactly what I'm talking about with the Prismacolor though. Because I put these down, I put down these stickles on top of white Posca paint pen in the hope that that would stop this reaction with Prismacolor underneath, but they still turned highlighter pink in some areas. Now luckily it kind of works for this fantasy mushroom thing. Yeah, now you don't need a brush. You can apply it with a brush, however they do come with a little spout so you can literally just squeeze it out. Sometimes they do get a bit blocked, so you do need a pin nearby. Sometimes the glitter can get stuck in there. I love this color. This is one of my favorites. Waterfall. It's just such a pretty one. But yeah, it's just like a little fin and you just squeeze it out. It can dry a little three-dimensional, especially if you like to pile it on. But yeah, these, in terms of glitters, I've never found anything with the density of glitter like Stickles, which is why I love it. But it does have problems because it's a glitter glue. It can dry three-dimensional, and as I showed you, it can change and activate with Prisma. So if you're using Prismacolor pencils, it can be a problem, which is exactly why we're not using it on the page right now. Now if you are wanting to do like big areas with lots of glitter, so maybe like a background, you're like, oh, but that tiny little bottle cost me like $6 here in New Zealand, and I don't want to use that big bottle on a background. That's expensive as well, and it's cheap. It's not exactly the cheapest glitter glue. So this is where Mod Podge Extreme Glitter or Mod Podge Sparkle comes in, and you can see there it is Mod Podge. This big thing cost me $15, and that's at an independent art store, so I can sometimes find these for like $10 or $12. So they're really cheap because you're getting 236 mils versus 15 mils. Quality wise, way more. So if you need to do big areas of pure glitter, Mod Podge Sparkle, really good, cheap, but also beautifully glittery, beautifully holographic. It's Mod Podge, so it's also a sealer. So you've got the bonus of it sealing things in place. Just keep in mind that technically this needs 4 weeks to cure, which has been a real problem for me in the past because I will put Mod Podge Clear, like Sparkle, into my colouring books, and then I just close the book and put it on the shelf. When it's touch dry, like it's been 2 or 3 days, and then I've gone to open it and I've had to peel my pages apart because I haven't left it to cure for 4 weeks. So yeah, again, downside, long curing time. So either put something there to stop your pages sticking together while it does cure, or if you can, leave your books out for 4 weeks. I can't. I never can. So I just shove paper in between. But yeah, I love sparkles. We know I love sparkles. I'm trying to make some bookmarks, and I'm just testing covering these with the clear so that I can put like the little backing on it. But we kind of lose a bit of the glitter when we do this, and this just does not want to stick. Doesn't want to stick to the Mod Podge, and it doesn't want to stick to this side. So maybe I won't cover these ones, but I feel like they need covering. I don't know. Anyway, that's distractions and a sneak peek. I love that shooting star page. It's very cute. The stickles seem like they would have been perfect on the Sparkly Potion bottles I did the other day. Yes. Yeah. So that's the sort of thing where They can be, when it's doing little touches, and normally it's what I would pull out to do here and do like just a little bit on the here, a little bit here, a little bit here. Like it's normally what I would do here, but because of that Prisma activation issue, I don't want to risk it. Never had it happen with polychromos. I can't tell you of any others. But yeah, definitely with Prisma, I have had stickles change my Prismacolor pencil colors. So it is something I'm conscious of. What do you mean one does not need every color? Nobody told me that. Nor did anyone stop me. I mean, you're a grown adult, Yana. You're allowed to get every color. Right, we have 2 more. Let's just move everything out of the way. Right, I need to do a little bit of sorting out here to make my brain not so overwhelmed, because again, I've got stuff everywhere right now. Right, put you over there. You can all come back down here. You're the pencil tray, so let's... And all the paint can go back into the paint tray, and then that's all nice and clear, and we've got the decks clear again to start again for our last 2 plus our goose. So our goose is also going to be white, so we're just going to do goosey at the same time we do the dresses, and then for the beak we'll probably just do some similar tones. Does the goose have the name? Technically, in the book, it's called Jose. J-O-S-E-T. I don't know if that's Josette, Jose. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. However, we call them duck. This is Goose the duck or Duck the goose. Your interpretation. Alright, starting again. What are we at? 12 o'clock. I would normally be going down for a nap in an hour. We will get done everything we can get done. Let's see if we can speed this up a bit. I thought that was a duck. I think maybe it's a duck. I never remember. It's either a duck or a goose. And that's why I'm like, it's either Goose the duck or Duck the goose. I don't know. I get confused. Goose duck hybrid, exactly. It's a... It doesn't really work blending either way. Because guck sounds yucky and deuce just sounds like something else entirely. So, yeah. It's a duck goose or a goose duck. Your choice. Alright, starting with our hair. Starting with the sandbar brown. Going to... We've got our hair direction shaped in, and then the shadow for the hair decorative pieces. Reminds me of a cartoon I watched when I was a kid called Cat Dog. Oh my gosh, my brothers used to love Cat Dog. Bazinga! No, new YouTube subscriber. Thank you so much. Alright, so we're up to the light umber. I can't believe we're nearly done with this page, and it'll be my second Eriy of the month. It really, it feels like last month that we did the tea rooms page. It has how long this month has been. I still can't believe that was also this month. The 85 days of April. Well, it doesn't even feel like a long month. It just feels like there's been a lot coloured in this month. So it's hard to believe that that was earlier this month. Yeah. It's been a productive month. It was like 3 pages ago in my colouring journal. Alright, working in the bronze. Double page also, yeah, another double page. I love a good double page. How are you going, Lisbeth? Are you still following along live, or are you giving yourself a bit of a rest? Because either way is valid. There's always a VOD. I'm going to steal the 70% because I do know we need to definitely deepen up a couple of these shadows. Still following, but saving the paint pens and gel pens when all finished colouring. That is super valid. That is probably how I would normally do it too. But again, I just really wanted to make sure I got at least one up in there. And if I can get all the pencil work done, you'll at least know what paint pens and gel pens I'll be putting on top. We run out of time. But yeah, I'm feeling alright right now, so I might be able to push through. But we'll see. We're not going to like push, but also, again, I really do want this done today. Right. I think that'll... We're not going to like rush it. I still want to make sure it's good. I'm still going to take the time. But also, I want this done today. I want this done. And so we're going to, we've got our peach beige, which is our shadow. You see some neck and some arm here, and then we're going to also do the goose/duck beak with this. So you feel like this particular one here is wearing gloves. We're just not seeing the gloves. All good, Octavia. Will be probably another hour, and then I'll see how I feel because I've got work today. But yeah, we'll see how we feel. And if we do see you, awesome. If we don't, that's okay too. I love that you popped in here, and hopefully we'll see you streaming again too soon. Although I know it's more a weekend situation for you. You have a lovely rest of your time zone. Okay, and then we want these. Right, 30%. Right, this one has the most ruffliest dress with all the bits. And again, I'm too lazy to work around all the bits, so we're just going to shade around and over. I think this one's dress is the meaning of extra. It's a lot. It's a lot of bows. But if you enjoy it, you rock it. It's a bit much for my personal taste, but that's not me wearing the dress. Alright, we've got folds, folds, folds. Do, 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 do. So I never got any answers about what books we're planning to work on next month for those of you that have started figuring out. Like, do we have any mermaid specific books? Ooh, you know what I should check? Where's my phone? Should check my phone anyway. Actually, I haven't heard Nephew. I thought Nephew was meant to be here yet. Oh, okay. Nibbling. Oh my goodness, so many messages. So many messages. What I want to check, bank balance, has I been charged? I have not been charged yet. I want to be charged. I want to know if this book is coming or not. For those of you who use Amazon frequently, how long do I wait before I contact Amazon and go, so is this order actually coming? Like, it's not a pre-order. It was placed on the 23rd. It's the 29th. So it's not quite been a week. But, like, most of the time when I've placed an order, it's been charged within a day. And so it just feels... And I'm just hesitant because I've had... when I tried to place these books into my cart before, it said it wouldn't dispatch to New Zealand. So I'm like, is it that you actually don't want to dispatch? They will charge when they ship it. Well, yeah, but it says that it's like, it's when you look at the tracking thing, it's near shipping, like it's there. It's just, I don't know, it's been sitting there since the day I placed it, you know? Yeah. More than likely end up colouring some Lost Ocean next month. Good choice. Actually, I haven't pulled out Lost Ocean in forever. I want to do that thing, I think Colours has done it, and there's a couple other people that have done it. I think Jamie's Colouring Love? Or has Jamie changed name? No, I might be thinking of Disney, Jamie. Jamie's Colouring Love? Oh my goodness, I apologise, I think I'm drawing a blank. But I know they've done it in Alien Worlds as well, where they actually draw in. Well, I think Jamie technically stuck in another colouring page of an astronaut. But I know Erica has drawn in mermaids. There's a few other people that have done it too, but those are the two that are coming off the top of my head. And I thought that would be a really cool thing to find, because there's some big empty spaces in Lost Ocean. So it's a great book to like add in mermaids. And it could be quite fun, even to do just like a collage page in it. If they don't ship it, they'll email you and they won't take any money. Yeah, I want to know. I'm impatient. I cannot believe that I've been off work almost 2 months and ready to return to work next week. Thought I'd get a ton of colouring done. I did get 7 pages done. Yeah. You've been working with some limitation, Yana, and 7 pages is still nothing to bat an eyelid at. That's great. You got 7 pages done. Getting into the mythographic aquatic book at least. Yeah. I also didn't pull Deep Ocean. All these books I didn't pull, but also there's only so many hours in the month. I love Mermaid. I love Mermaid. Wow, I've coloured that in as if that was going to be white too. Cool, okay, everything. We've just done everything on here. Pencil Butter. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, lovely. We're just talking about Mermaid, because you know I'm a mermaid and I'm excited for Mermaid. How are you going? Oh, okay, we've got, yeah, it feels like folds under here, so that feels like an over area. I don't know, I'll pull that out with gel pens or something. We'll figure that part out. We'll make that like some sort of danglies. I've pulled 12 for Mermaid. Kanoko, Maria, Hannah, Clara, Denise, Clete, Mermaids in Paradise, and Linda Ravenscroft. Oof, good choices. Mermaids in Paradise is, oh my gosh, such a good book. I was so gutted when I found out the reason why I couldn't find it was because it was out of print. I only learned about it well after it was out of print, and I was so sad. Oh, I hear a nibbling running up the pathway. The office will be blocked off, so the nibbling won't be able to come visiting up here because privacy. Actually been a good day, no major geriatric shenanigans, and I got a package in today. Yay! Yay! Tried ordering it to you just now and it said no. Yeah, that's what it kept on doing for me, AA, was it would say no, we can't dispatch this to this location, and then suddenly it was like, yes, actually we can dispatch this to your location. Then it would go, no, we can't dispatch this to your location. Yes, we can dispatch this to your location. It was very confusing. So I think this is why I'm so nervous about it, because I just don't know. It's like, can you like at least confirm that it's coming? I don't think I'll be settled until I get that. But I've just, again, I don't use Amazon a lot, so I don't know how long I should expect to wait before I get a, hey, we can't actually dispatch this to you email. Yeah, see, Oceans to Stars and Portrait of a Mermaid by Sarah Burrier. Those two were the two that were like, nah, can't dispatch you, nah, can't dispatch to you. And then it decided it could. Yeah. Fairy in Dreamland was one of the first books I got. I have Fairies in Dreamland too. I've done the mermaid one. Have you tried reaching out to Amazon? I don't know how long is appropriate to wait before I do that, PB. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, how long is appropriate to wait? Because I placed the order on the 23rd and it's the 29th. So, like, am I just being impatient because it hasn't technically been a week yet? Or do I wait just a little longer? Have I been waiting too long? It's just the few orders that I have placed on Amazon, they usually charge like same day or next day. So this just feels like it's taken a really long time. I don't think it's necessarily any appropriate time. I think if you're worried, you should reach out. Yeah, I'd say it's been long enough to at least ask questions. It's long enough, I would ask. Okay. I'll see if I can figure out who to contact and be like, hey, could you just confirm? Because, yeah, it's just, in the past, it's been quicker. You know? And I understand, you know, it's a big company and things happen, but considering speed is one of their things, like, yeah. And just, it feels, and because of the fact that it was so like, this won't dispatch New Zealand, this won't dispatch to New Zealand, it's a bit like, okay. There's a lot of grey in this one. I understand it's different in New Zealand, but totally unacceptable for Amazon US, so I would ask. Okay. I mean, there is a Kiwi thing about, like, we don't cause trouble. It's tall poppy syndrome. We, like, keep quiet. We do things. I don't know. But also, again. Right, let's see if I can find the order. So it was ordered off Amazon Australia, but it's being dispatched from Amazon US. Alright, let's see if I can find out where to contact. View order details. Do Karens exist in New Zealand at all? Yeah, we absolutely do. I mean, I say this as a generalization. There are absolutely, like, exceptions to every rule. Alright, view or edit this order. Cancel this order. That's not what I want. I want to contact someone about this order. It doesn't even give me a contact. Okay, that's going to take more than me just quickly looking. That's going to take me actually sitting down and figuring out people to talk to. Yeah. True. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, again, I don't order a lot off Amazon, so I never know, like with the pre-order books, I had a feeling that the things were going to be delayed. I still waited until after the expected delivery date before I contacted anybody. I didn't contact early and go, hey, I just know from previous experience. I still waited. Even though I knew it was going to be late and I was going to be upset about it. And then it took a week for them to respond to my query, to come back and go, oh yeah, it's late. I still waited. I also think there's a little bit of a me thing though, like, I'm that person that doesn't like to bother people. I've been told before I'm too nice, and I don't think that's a fault. I'm also very patient, and I'm okay with being patient. I've been told before that I'm also too patient. Like, patient to the detriment of myself, and I'm like, no, I think yes, sometimes I am very, very patient, but I think that's actually a good thing. There needs to be people in the world with understanding and kindness and patience, and I'm happy to be that person. And yes, it's a little frustrating when things don't come, but also people are human and things happen, and, you know, getting mad and frustrated and yelly's never going to help anything with the situation. So you might as well just have a bit of patience and kindness, because I also believe that we should treat others as we want to be treated, and I would like to be treated with kindness and respect and love if I ever had a situation where maybe I'd screwed up, or things weren't going to plan, or things were out of my control. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just their call center. Oh, do I have to call them? I will never ever call someone AA. I will avoid calling like the... I don't want to use the phone. I want to do it through a message system. Or email. Oh, goodness. I suppose if I have to call, I'll call. I would rather talk to an AI bot than call. Yeah. I'm kind and never yell, but I want answers. Yeah, there's a difference between, there is a firmness, and I will absolutely put a firmness on, like, if I call up about stuff for, you know, other people and stuff like that. Absolutely. And I will do the same thing with me, too. When I call up for things, there is still a firmness that comes with it. Like, I often have to deal with the government because I'm on a disability benefit, so I get paid a disability benefit, and that means dealing with the government. And, you know, like, I absolutely hate dealing with the phones. I hate having to go in and deal with them, but it is a part of what I have to do. And I will go in every time and I will treat them like, I will still be firm and be like, you know, I'm not physically able to work more. I'm aware of what my limitations are. I have a medical certificate to prove all this. So I'll be firm about it, but I'll still be nice as I talk to them about it all and be like chatting with them, because it's still good to treat people with kindness. And they are, at the end of the day, like, they're just employees. It's the same thing with retail. It blows my mind, and I've worked retail before. It blows my mind, people who just, like, you know, the people stocking the shelves don't set the prices. They don't have any power there. They are literally just minions putting out the product. So there's no reason to yell at them about your frustrations, because they don't have any power here. They're just doing a job. At some point the Amazon bot will direct you to chat with a person. Okay. Good to know. I will have a look at that after stream and see if I can figure out what's going on. So much white. Oh, because white dresses. Need some really cute designs though. So yeah, we're basically burnishing with the white. It can be calms and things can still be unacceptable and will be until there is a reasonable resolution. Yeah, exactly. I think too, because I also work in a field where, like, genuinely things are urgent, and so when people are like, oh, you know, like with those books, like, they didn't come on an expected day, and yeah, it was frustrating, but also, it's not life or death. I deal with literal life or death. Now, I don't deal with it often because I work in community lab, not hospital lab, but you know, the notion's there. It's not genuine life or death. It's just a book. It's frustrating it wasn't here on release day. It was frustrating how long I had to wait for it, but came in the end. Okay. Yay. Alright, I'm pretty sure I've got all the dresses and I haven't missed anywhere. We'll find out if we've missed everywhere. Oh, excuse me. Oh, right. So I know I want to do the bright pink for her flower in her hair. That means we start with Processed Red and Pomegranate. Sometimes the tisms take over and it feels like life or death, and I will meltdown over some little unsequential thing going right, not going right. Yeah, that makes sense too. That makes absolute sense as well. I've been on the other end of one of those meltdowns as well, and it's not fun, but it's also understanding that right now that person is very overwhelmed and needs space to process, and it's part of the process. Yeah. If your order is being fulfilled by US Amazon, it's possible it won't be shipped until it's released in the US. It's released in the US, Mana. Yeah, one of the books is actually very old, and a couple years old, and then yeah, Oceans to Stars has been out for a while in the US, and it's even been out in Amazon Australia. It's sold out. It's sold out everywhere. And then, yeah, the other one is Portrait of a Moon by Sarah Berrier. And yeah, that one's been out for a while. That one's like a couple years old now, isn't it? I don't know. I'll contact them later anyway and see if I can see what we can find out. Alright, so we definitely want the green. Could do baby pink for all the little dots, like it's leftovers from that one. I'll do green here. I think we will do a bunch of the pomegranate and processed red. We'll make this. And that'll be processed red and pomegranate, and might as well, we'll keep it consistent. We'll do all our ribbons this bright pink. I've only been colouring since November. No, that's all valid. That's all good. The Portrait of a Moon book has been out for a few years and I only recently heard of it. I'm still learning. Like, you will forever be learning about colouring related things, no matter how long you've been colouring. It's just too many books and too many releases to kind of keep on top of everything all the time. So, you are all good. Michelle, hello, hello. You've been lurking? Lurking is all good. Hope you've been enjoying your lurk. We're on the home stretch with this one. Can hear nibblings. It's actually the first time the nibbling's been around since we brought a new toy. We've got this like mat that is basically a town map so that you can race cars all over it. And this nibbling, the basket of cars we have, is one of their favourite toys here. So imagine they're going to town right now, having fun playing with all the cars on the town map. But Shadow has also decided that's his new bed, so he likes to overtake it. Right, and then let's also do in there pink. And then, just so while we've got it out, we will do this tulipy looking one. Bright pink. So many leaves to do. I love your colouring. I haven't been here the whole time. That's okay, Michelle. That's quite alright. Like, you know, life happens and we have things to do. We can't be here all the time. Sometimes we can't stay for the whole thing, and that's also valid. But I'm glad that you are here for however long you are here, and I'm glad that you enjoy the colouring. Can't believe how close we are to being done. Alright, I am also going to grab the black cherry and just use this to deepen some of our shadows around here, because we did the white first and it's burnished all around, it's kind of lightening up our colour a little bit, so just adding in a little bit more contrast. we're getting all these little bits as we colour in, because we've technically burnished and we're colouring on top of the burnish. Which isn't always the best, but we're making do. Cups needs to go right out. Be right back. All good. Naveed Theory, hello, hello. How are you going today, lovely? It's wonderful to see you again. I'm on my phone. Sorry for the random letters. That's all good. I am atrocious on my phone for spelling, and we have quite a few people here that are quite fluent in typo, so you are quite alright. I'm sure many of the people here who have message conversations with me will be able to confirm with you just how bad of a typist I am, despite the fact that typing is a big part of my literal job. I know many people who are like me and have actual typing as their job, and yet are awful at typing on their phone. But that's because a computer keyboard is very different than a phone keyboard. Yeah, absolutely, I can zoom out and show you. We are very close to getting this one done, so this is where we're at. We're just working on these final dresses over here, and then we'll put in all the glitter details like we have on these dresses here. And then I always take a couple minutes, like I usually leave it a day and then come back the next day and just do a quick review and see if there's anything I want to correct or anything that I want to change. But yeah, we are on the home stretch. I am very, very glad, because I am very much ready for this one to be done. It's been going for a long time. Alright, I'm just going to put that down to the side, because yes, we still have more of this pink to go, but I also really want to figure out the rest of these colours. So obviously we've got a bunch of green for the leaves. My hands are also starting to hurt, which doesn't help. I want to get this done. Right, so I don't want to do pale pink. I really want to do purple for the flowers, and I want to keep it quite pale purple. So if we were to do violet around the edge, because again we're burnished, so yeah, so I'm just going to kind of quickly work out the rest of these colours, so that if I do have to end stream, y'all can colour on, because we are heading up to 1, and this is normally when I take a bit of a break for work, because I've got work this afternoon and I'm going to need a break, but we'll see. I'm mostly just getting hungry. I should have grabbed like noodles or something so that I can keep going. Yeah, it's a big one for sure. Yeah, it's been a real labour of love, this one. It's been, I think this is our 6th stream with it. So, but once it's done, it'll be fabulous. Okay, I like that. So yeah, definitely dark purple for all the big flowers, and then we could do the light pink for the little buds on the end of the flowers here. That's the pink and then deco pink. And then if we use the black cherry to make that more grapey purple, that'll work for all the dots. Which apparently I'm just colouring all now. Then I'm going to take lilac. And then into the lilac I'm also going to work there's a grey lavender colour somewhere around here. Maybe too light. Work that for that collar up there. Hot pink colour. Those little pearls across there. No, I don't like that. We're going to do violet for these flowers in here. It can be a bit darker. Alright. Black cherry. Lavender. Wow. Little flower up there. I'm starting with this one because I know a little bit more about what I want to do for the colours on this one. Got to go. Have a nice stream. No worries, Michelle. You have a wonderful rest of your time zone. Actually, if I only colour in those with the pink and then all these like extra little dots, chain bits, I could just do those with the clear silver and just have this one mostly be pink. It could be quite nice actually. Yeah, I might do that. I might colour all those in with just the clear sparkle pop or the silver sparkle pop. And I will put some, use the dark purple in the center of these flowers. Hands. Just using lilac as the base here. We'll go around the edges with violet and shade in with lavender. I'm getting hungry. It's definitely past lunchtime. I think I'm gonna do nudes for lunch. Cup of nudes. Maybe I'll do actual shin ramen since I have to go to the kitchen for it. Okay, I am starting to do exactly what I said I didn't want to do, which is rush. So, I need to just accept that we're not going to finish this on stream, because I'm going to need a break. Just realised the music. Good old stream beats. Gotta love stream beats. Alright, so let's just check that we've got everything. I haven't indicated what colours. I mean, you can do whatever colours you like, let's face it. But what am I going to do for Goosey Goose? So I'm going to use silver or clear to do all the pearls on here. So we're just going to leave that pink. So I just have to finish colouring that in with processed red. And then that'll just be like bright pink and green. So she's got a lot on her dress, but she doesn't have a lot of colour. Unlike this one. So we'll do our same thing over here for the, that's the wrong green. For all our leaves, we do our dark green to Prussian green to apple green. And we'll be doing all the green across there. And we'll keep working the lavender and violet into our flowers to make our flowers a little bit more cohesive, although they're looking pretty good there. We've got the light pink for the top. Probably work a bit more of the dark pink in here. Again, all the leaves up there. I'll probably again do something sparkly for those hangy down bits. We'll cover all this pink pearls up here in sparkle, and it's just the goose. We just have to figure out what colours are doing the goose. Yeah, I do need to have a lunch and break, so yeah, I think we'll just realise we've got the duck's little paw there. Alright, that's easy. That's just beige. So we have dark pink and essentially purple. We don't want to use purple, we really want to use pinks. And we haven't used a lot of pale pink. So let's make his little collar pale pink. And then what I will do is when I pull out the glitter pens, I will go across the edge and just give it like a glitter edge or something. I think that'll be really cute. So yeah, it'll just be some final pencil shading and final embellishments, which is probably, honestly, it's probably about another hour and a half of little mucking around. Which it's not going to take me long to do, but it's also, I could do it at the cost of future Amy and I don't want to do that. But I hope you can see the vision and see how close we are to the end. And because I don't want to roll this over to May, I will just finish this last little bit off stream. It's just going over things with paint pens and adding in those glitter pens. So yeah, it's just a bit of fluffing around and shading and detail work now. But I'm also starting to rush it because I just want it to be done. And that's a sign that I need to step away and take a break. Because it's very easy when you're rushing it to rush this last step, and then you've just rushed it. And it's ruined. And that's not what we want to do on the home stretch. So yeah, I'm going to take a little break here. Step away for a while. Go say hi to Nibbling. Go make some lunch. Have a bit of a snooze and then go to work. And then tonight I will finish off all the little details, and I will do my best to post this tomorrow to show you all the glorious details. But I am so glad to say that this page is done. Yeah, it'll just be if I want to do any final touches, like do I want to go around outlines of windows to remove lines, or yeah, there's a little bit, I do it with every page I colour, where I will leave it for a day, come back to it the next day and sit and go, is there anything else I want to change? So that I can't really stream. But I hope you've enjoyed this process. I hope you've enjoyed seeing this whole page come to life. Again, we're almost done, but we're not quite 100% there. But we can't 100% it on stream. And I need a break. But yeah, we will be back on Friday. It's currently Tuesday here in New Zealand. So we will be back on Friday at 9 AM New Zealand time. I thought I saw somebody was live, but they were not. So we will just leave it here. Make sure you look after yourself. Make sure you hydrating, stretching, all the good stuff. And when we come back on Friday, new month. So that's exciting. But yeah, appreciate you all. Take care. All the araha to you all. And I'll catch you all on the next stream. What do I want? I can do this. I know how to do this. I know how to function.